Okay. Have killed two heads that Billy and Brace. Yes, sir. Is it 2 minutes? We can pick it up at halftime if you're going to do that. If it works better for you. Doesn't matter to me.
Let me just come in with the normal opening. Yeah, we'll do it at halftime.
So we're not going to play this welcome video? Or do we need to jump down to the talk about the short season?
Just welcome everybody to broadcast and get it there.
Live from Ray Kinsland Stadium on the campus of Cherokee High School, here on Big Cove Road on the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Reservation. Guys, here we are, another great night. If you like rain, if you like high school football, it's hard to believe we're playing football here in February. Coach Rod White and Gary Ayers here along with Toby Burrell, Joe Holt, and Kent Max.
It's been an unbelievable turn of events since last fall when there was no high school football in the state of North Carolina. So you could go south and watch a play, high school football, but now, thank goodness, we're at least getting to have a semblance of a season. It's going to be shortened, not near as many games, but at least we're getting another season in. It's just going to be different, very, very different.
Oh, no question about it, Coach. Talking about the Cherokee Braves, the rivalry continues between our Maroon Devils and the Braves. The Braves have they've got some experience back. 7 returning starters on offense, 5 returning starters on defense for second-year head coach Dave Napier. And back when we played a full season in 2019, they didn't have a very good year. 2-10 overall, 1-5 of the Smoky Mountain Conference. But again, they have experience backs. They have some size back, and I think they're feeling pretty good about their football team right now.
Yeah, and a whole lot of it has to do with maturity of these players that have been waiting. They've come along now, and they feel like it's time. It's time to go ahead and start getting after it now. So a whole lot of it has to do with their ages. I mean, those kids that were sophomores, here they are. They're nearly grown. It's about time for them to get on up out of here before too long. So they're going to have a good time playing.
Oh, no question about it. Now, our Maroon Devils are kind of on the flip side of that coin, Coach, as you well know. We only have 3 total starters back, 2 starters back on offense, 1 starter back on defense. We have a lot of folks who are going to have to grow up in a hurry in this shortened season that we're going to be looking at. So, hey, this is showtime, and they've got to step in and get the job done.
Well, it's going to be a learning curve. It really is. And with that much youth on your football team and that much inexperience, hey, who knows? You know, it's like we're going to throw a hat in there and see what happens. But because of the number of players that they have, we're going to see a lot of fatigued players too, because you don't have time to get in the kind of shape, playing shape, to play a whole football game when you've got 11, 12, 13, 14 players. It's going to have to play both ways and all the time on special teams and everything else. So that's where the experience is going to come in to play. the lack of it is going to cost you. It's going to cost you early in the season till some of these kids, heck, some of them don't even have a driver's license yet, you know?
Right. That's
and
right.
They're playing against guys out here that are shaving already, you know? So what are we doing?
No question about it. And we've even had some adjustments in the coaching situation, of course. Neil Blankenship taking a leave, and he's being replaced right now for the time being from our interim head coaching position for Eric Stevenson. The associate head coach is Scotty McMahon, and they're assisted by Travis Brooks, Sean Lakey, Ryan McMahon, and Sean McCarthy. So there are so many interchangeable parts, Coach, and you know, you hate to say this, but it's just kind of the way the season has gone, dictated by COVID. There are so many changes that nobody saw coming, and nobody has really gotten used to.
No, you can't catch up to this. It's just been too much, and basically everybody's playing catch up to it. But I had opportunity to talk to Coach Stevenson this week and to Coach Blankenship, and Coach Stevenson, his concerns are the same as anybody that steps into that position. He's having to deal with things that, number one, he's never had to deal with before as an assistant coach.
Right.
And until you take that bull by the horns, and it becomes your job to basically coach coaches along with players and get out of them what you need out of everybody that's out there on the practice field, it's a handful, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And with Coach Blankenship's situation, he's doing what's best for his family.
Yes.
We're behind him, pulling for him, thinking about him, and having an opportunity to talk to him this week really did my heart good, because he wants to be out here. He would rather be out here, but circumstances have just dealt him a hand where he can't right now.
Oh, no question. And I think that's just part of, in a way, part of this COVID situation that everybody is dealing with, Coach. We would rather be doing this, maybe rather be doing that, but some factors that are beyond our control dictate that we have to change our plan.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever go back to normal. I do want to see a normal football season after this one, played in the fall, but I don't even know if it's going to be push come to shove to get that in the next year. But concerned about this season, as abbreviated as it is, and being played here in late winter and up into early spring, it's just got a whole different vibe about it. I relate it back to when back being in college and having spring practice, and then having one spring game at the end of spring practice. However, they're going to have to play a whole season of football at the end of their spring practice.
So it's definitely different. We're glad we're here, and we're going to come back. We're going to take a break down the line here on the Maroon Devils Network, and we'll come back and talk about tonight's game and much more as we continue. Keep it right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hello, everyone. I'm Toby Burrell, executive producer of the Maroon Devils Network. These are very trying times for our whole community and state and nation as a whole. And it has been our pledge from the very beginning of the Maroon Devils Network to bring as much as we can into your home so that you can view things that you need to about our school system, about our athletic programs, whatever the case may be. In an effort to serve you, our community, and our family better, we have made additions to the Maroon Devils Network this year. We're now covering away games, we're covering JV games, we're covering middle school games. We're also added into that mix board meetings, and you get your weekly message from our superintendent, Mark Sale. I have some numbers that will probably surprise you. I know they did me when I looked at them. Since the middle of November, the Maroon Devils Network has carried over 50 separate broadcasts of Swain events. During that time, 9,000 hours of viewing has taken place with 39,000 separate views. Pretty amazing stuff. We're excited and extremely proud for what we've been able to bring you so far on the Maroon Devils Network. On the other hand, we're extremely excited about what's coming up and what we have in store for you this spring, especially with our football broadcast. You're going to see a product that we hope you will be extremely proud of and excited each and every Friday night to be able to watch. Here are some ways you can help us grow our YouTube channel even bigger than it already is. Be sure and subscribe. That way you get updated every single time the Maroon Devil Network has a broadcast. Like the video that you're watching. It doesn't depend upon the game result. You're liking the video and our product. So please hit the like button. And by all means, share with all of your friends what's going on with the Maroon Devil Network. Thank you for inviting us into your home and making us a part of your family. And now, without any further delays, let's take you out to the ball game.
Fans, welcome back on a rainy Friday night here at Cherokee High School at Ray Kinsland Stadium, a name that is always synonymous with Cherokee High School. And talking about Cherokee High School, Coach, the Braves, of course, opening up tonight with our Maroon Devils, and that rivalry. Then we're going to be open. We might get a game. We've got an open date on April 2nd. We'll see if we can get an opponent to have a game. Then we finish up the regular season at home with the Hayesville Yellow Jackets on April 9 before we go into the playoffs. And, Coach, as you know, this year, only 2 teams from the Smoky Mountain Conference get automatic bids.
Yeah, it'll be only 2, and that's how it'll boil down for the seeding process when the state determines who plays.
Now, coming up tonight in the Smoky Mountain Conference here in week number 1, one game has already been played. They played last night, and Robbinsville flexed their muscles. We were talking about how good they are, and they really are good. They beat Rosman handily, 56-8. The final score there. So Robbinsville came out of the gate.
Well, they did, and they're not going to take the foot off that accelerator the rest of this season, and they shouldn't. They're in that position. They've got a lot of leadership over there, a lot of senior leadership, and some great athletes.
Oh, no doubt. Also playing tonight, it's going to be Andrews at Murphy. They're playing on the real grass over there, and I'd hate to. See what that field is going to look like tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. As wet as that place stays and as flat as it is, and right next to that river, it stays wet all the time.
It's going to be wet. Franklin is playing at Hayesville on Monday, and they made that adjustment because the Hayesville folks are still playing basketball, and they have players who play both football and basketball. So Franklin doing a good thing by playing on Monday to let Hayesville play basketball.
Exactly, and I mean everybody's just trying to help each other out to so that they can get everybody they need to the games and get all their players there.
You know, it's hard to believe as much as we have watched Damian Lossy. In one case, it's maybe not as hard to believe as we think, Coach, but Damian only needs 447 rushing yards to become the all-time rushing leader as a quarterback at Swain County High School, and that's a big company.
That's amazing. Well, it's obvious from the time he started here that they've had to geared the offense around Damian because of his ability to make things happen when really things weren't going real good. And Damian did it with his legs. He did it with his arm. at times, but he did as much with his legs. So that's an outstanding feat for that young man.
When you look at the stats, his sophomore year, 193 carries, over 1,000 yards, 1,055 yards, 10 touchdowns. Last year, I think he played even better, 178 carries, 1,029 yards, but more importantly, 20 touchdowns, so we doubled that total.
There it is, and I bet you – I don't know for sure, and Coach Burrow would have to be able to verify this, but those 20 touchdowns came from 30 yards or further away from the goal line. That was just big plays where he decided to take the weight on his shoulders and put the ball in the end zone.
He did a great job leading our Maroon Devils, so right now he has 2,084 yards and 30 touchdowns. And by the way, we have some breaking news coming into the game tonight that really hasn't been announced, and we'll be the first to report this locally. As David Muir says on ABC every night at 6:30, we have breaking news. And it really is, as Neil Blankenship, our coach Neil Blankenship, has been selected by the NIAAA and the NCAA as the winner of the NIAA State Award of Merit. And this is presented annually by the association to an individual who is a member and is deemed to have performed meritorious service to the community and the state. Now, the NIAAA is the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, and also the NCAA is the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association. So I tell you what, nobody deserves it more than Neil Blankenship.
He has helped lead the all-over athletic procedures in North Carolina in all sports because of his membership on committees. He is volunteering to work on those committees and work diligently, and people just see Coach Blankenship as a football coach. His role as an athletic director has been so valuable to our community and to our school. It's unbelievable.
You know, it really is, and I guarantee you, he would be the last person.
Oh no, he's not going. Yeah,
at Swain High that would even mention this.
No, he's not going to let that. He's embarrassed right now. I guarantee you, if he's watching this, he's embarrassed about this whole thing. But congratulations, Coach Blankenship. It goes to the most deserving individual I know of.
Oh, no question about it. We couldn't be more proud of our athletic director and coach, Neil Blankenship. Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back. We've got kickoff coming up in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us as we'll take this break, and we'll return on the Maroon Devils Network.
The Smoky Mountain Conference, one of North Carolina's oldest and most storied athletic conferences, producing champions on and off the playing field for decades. The Smoky Mountain Conference. Tradition lives here.
Fans, welcome back live on a Friday night here on the Maroon Devils Network. This crew is very, very happy, talking about Toby Burrow, Coach Rod White, Kent Maxey, Joe Holt, and myself, that we are not out in that pouring rain, and it has been raining so hard today. We want to say a big thank you and a shout-out to Principal Forrest here at Cherokee High School, because, guys, we could be out in the rain, but we're allowed in the press box, and we couldn't say how much we appreciate that anymore.
Yeah, it's a great thing they did, because we could have stood it, and we've stood it before, but, man, I really didn't. I'm getting too old. I really didn't want to.
Oh, no doubt. As the captains, as you can see, are now at the middle of the field. And, again, we've got a lot of new faces we're going to be talking about here tonight as they're out there getting the officials' instructions. Now, I'm wondering, and I was going to ask you, Coach, and I see the officials have the mask on. Do football players have to wear masks? Are they required to do that?
I think they are. I
Yep.
think that's part of the process. That's one of the only legitimate reasons that they would allow a season to progress this spring was that there had to be some mandated agreements made about how these things were going to be handled. Now, I, for one, don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm sure they've got a way to do it.
And I know that's going to be difficult because we saw the basketball players and the volleyball players wear masks when they were playing. But as you know, Coach, football players have a mouthpiece and a face guard, so now they're going to be wearing a mask among all that.
That would absolutely drive me nuts as a player. And I don't know how these coaches are dealing with it or how the players are dealing with it, but I'm just so glad that they found a way. And at least mask or no mask, they're playing.
Oh, no doubt. Donald Bradley, the captain tonight, out there for Cherokee and for the Maroon Devils, Carson Taylor, as he also was out there for the opening coin toss. And, guys, we are just about ready to get this thing underway. Believe it or not, football in February has got to be a first.
It is, and it feels great. I'm just glad to see helmets and shoulder pads and young men running out on the field, and it looks like we're going to be receiving the opening kickoff. So we'll see how this thing starts to boil down from the very beginning. But there again, you can see the numbers there of our players. They're down right now. We wish we had more, but we're going to make the best out of what we got.
Oh, no doubt. Right now we have, I think, 21 guys on our roster. Cameron Blankenship, by the way, not able to play tonight. We're going to miss him big time. So, as you mentioned, Coach, there's so much going on. Parents and students are concerned about COVID. In a recent survey among North Carolina high school athletic directors, over 70% said that numbers are down across the board, not just football, but across the board for athletics at their schools. So it's not just at Swain High.
Yeah, it just goes to show you got to keep young people involved, whether it be in the classroom, any extracurricular activities as far as athletics, anything, clubs. If you don't, you're going to lose numbers. You're going to have all kinds of people that would normally be out there, but because they haven't had any contact with other players or with what's been going on with them, they don't respond. They don't show back up.
Right now, we've got one of our guys over there, I think maybe went over to get maybe an adjustment to his helmet, as now it's going to be Rocky Peebles, who's a really good kicker, one of the better kickers in the Smoky Mountain Conference. He is a senior on this Cherokee Brave team, number 3. He's going to be kicking back deep, and over there trying to get his helmet ready to go over there is going to be Donovan Groenwald. Yeah. Now he gets his helmet set, and I'm sure the players are going to have to adjust to these masks as well.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know how they're going to breathe through them. I'm glad they can do it. It would drive me, like I said, it'd drive me crazy.
Now here we go as the season is ready to kick off, and it's going to be Rocky Peebles getting it high, not real deep, but it's going to be taken at the 15-yard line. Bringing it back is going to be Groenwald as he cuts around the left side, and it's going to be knocked down at the 24-yard line. So good coverage by the Brave kickoff team against our Maroon Devils on the return.
Yeah, they got down there quick. That ball was up high, and that makes it very,
Bringing it
very
back is going to be Groenwald as he cuts around the left side, and it's going to be knocked down at the 24-yard line.
So good coverage
by the Brave kickoff team against our Maroon Devils on the return.
Plenty of time to get down the field.
And, of course, our leader on offense is going to be Damian Lossy. And Damian Lossy is going to be back in the shotgun. Got a guy on each side of him back in the backfield now. 2 wide receivers split out wide left, as Cherokee is looking at a 4-man front, and here comes a jet sweep. He hands off and running into one player, breaking a tackle, still going out across the 30-yard line. Talking about some outstanding effort, breaking tackles all the way out of bounds.
I believe that was Groenwald, too.
That's going to be Donovan Groenwald, our 6'1 junior.
Yeah, he that was an excellent run. He was running sideways just as far as he could, and then he made his break up field and made him pay on the corner there trying to tackle him.
He broke a tackle, and again, that's just a lot of that's just effort, Coach, as you know.
That's all it is, and that jet sweep's going to set up so many more things as far as a play action for our quarterback. For Damian as the ball game goes on.
Now he sets up in the split back veer. Damian's going to be under center. Hands off right up the A gap. Nothing fancy, but that's close to a first down. And that's all we wanted. A 2-yard pickup and maybe just a tad more. Should be a first down, Maroon Devils.
Yep, make them defend some of the veer look right there for Damian as the ball game goes on.
Now he sets up in the split back veer. Damian's going to be under center. Hands off right up the A gap. Nothing fancy, but that's close to a first down.
Linebackers have to take that, and you've got something going.
This time, a little different set. Got a receiver on each side. Damian under center again. Going to have to be aware of that wet football all night tonight. He throws out to the left side. Got a man wide open. That's Groenwald again. Has a first down and more into Cherokee Brave territory. Forced out of bounds near the 47-yard line.
Yeah, made it split back look again. They're thinking veer. He's out there on an island one-on-one with that
Groenwald again has a first down and more into Cherokee Brave territory. Forced out of bounds near the 47-yard line. And, Groenwald, just knowing his athletic ability, he's a tough guy to cover one-on-one.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to be put in that situation too many times with him. And him at 6'1", and the way he can run.
And Michael Driver over there, and according to our roster, he is a true freshman trying to cover, again, Donovan Groenwald, a junior.
Yeah, and we're looking here again at the shotgun set.
And this
running
time
a trap.
Handoff comes right up the gut down to the 45-yard line, a 2-yard pickup on this carry for the Maroon Devils. And this time it's going to be, looks like Gabe Lillard on the carry number 10 for the Maroon Devil offense. Right up the gut down to the 45-yard line, a 2-yard pickup on this carry for the Maroon Devils. And
to me, in most cases, that's when Damian's the most dangerous, when he can see things happening from back behind the line of scrimmage. And so we'll see how this thing evolves as it goes.
It's good to see our Maroon Devils with different sets, Coach, because that's just going to drive your defense crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to adjust.
Come out in the same set, and we'll see if we show any motion here.
This time we got 3 wide as Damian rolls out to the right side.
Got him open again.
A lot of pressure this time. He had to throw it away before he was ready because the pressure was coming.
Yeah, he actually had him open a little bit sooner. I don't think he could see him. I think he just couldn't find him there and open again.
On the outcut, a lot of pressure this time. He had to throw it away before he was ready because the pressure was Cherokee Braves.
Yeah, he actually had him open.
They really brought the leather on that play. Lloyd Tisateski, one of their juniors, really doing a good job up front. Also coming in there was Luke Climbing Bear, number 57. They have a couple of freshmen on this Cherokee Brave roster playing up with the big boys tonight.
Well, it's become a thing with them that they felt like they had to bring them up, I guarantee you.
Yep, third down. Maroon Devils need 8 again from the 45-yard line. Damian Lossie wants to throw, fires too high off the hands of his intended receiver over there again, Groenwald. But again, one thing we've got to keep in mind too, Coach, that football is going to be slick.
Yeah, it is, and he got it out there as quick as he could, but it just couldn't be handled.
Maroon Devils need 8 again from the 45-yard line. Damian Lossie wants to throw, fires too high off the hands of his intended receiver over there again, Groenwald. But again, Lillard over there.
Yes, sir, it is. And anytime you got your quarterback punting also, you may be able to pull something, but maybe not right here.
He angles it down the right side. Going to be returnable from the 13. They drop it, and they get right back on it. Good coverage down there by Gabe Lillard, but the return man down there for the Braves, that looks like Anthony Allison, A.J. Again, that football's wet, and he couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, it was right down around his feet, and he muffed it, and that'd been a great opportunity to get it back. But if not, we've got them stuck back here in the hole to see if we can keep them there and see what kind of things they're going to try to do on D.
So now 9:51 to play here in the first quarter. Cherokee with the football for the first time offensively. Donald Bradley, of course, one of their key returning players. Again, as we mentioned, they have a lot of experience back. 7 on offense, 5 on defense, returning starters, and they've got a motion in the backfield on the first play as they blow this one dead.
Yeah, and the front they're aligning in right there, Cherokee it looked more like they were going to let the quarterback, like Bradley, do something with the football. Now, I don't know that for sure, but it looked like to me they were going to run a draw or just run a sweep with him.
In the backfield, one of their main running backs this year is going to be 18, Anthony Allison. A lot of people call him AJ. He's going to line up right now as they have the quarterback in the backfield again, Donald Bradley, and the back right behind him in this pistol. 2 wide receivers for the Braves and a low snap. Bradley's going to have to make something happen. Throws over the head of his intended receiver down there, Caden Fezzik. But again, that low snap threw the timing off.
Everything was out of kilter just as soon as that ball skipped off the ground. It made him have to hesitate to move.
Behind him in this pistol.
And
2
you can
wide
see the
receivers
receiver
for the
was
Braves
actually
and
open,
a low snap.
but he can't
Bradley's
going to
have to make something happen. Throws over the head of his intended receiver down there, Caden Fezzik. But again, that low snap
over the head of the receiver.
So a good job down there by some of the guys over there trying to cover and clog things up. But, boy, the bad snap can throw your timing off. 3 wide this time for the Braves. They're looking at second down. They need 5. Donald Bradley, again, going to be in the pistol. Turns, hands off. Here comes Allison around the right side. He's going to be close to a first down and has it across the 20-yard line. coming up there leading the charge on defense. One of those guys over there is looks like Michael Winchester. Also over there is Allison around the right side. He's going to be close to a first down, and we're looking at this across the 20-yard line.
There'll be a lot
coming
of
up there
out
leading
there.
the charge on defense.
For
One of those
Maroon
guys,
Devils. Yeah,
Connor Driver.
Yep, and what Cherokee's doing right now is although they're lined up in this pistol set, most of what they're running is basically, if anybody ever played I-back sets in the old days when the quarterback was up under. That's the same offense.
Oh,
there's a good
got through the quarterback. The snap got by Bradley. He picks it up, but he's in a lot of traffic, and it's going to go down for a 7-yard loss back at the 15-yard line. And again, right now, the center and the quarterback not on the same page with the snap costing them.
Quarterback was up under. That's the same offense. Anytime you're going to line up a shot,
got through the quarterback. The snap got by Bradley. He picks it up, but he's in a lot of traffic, and it's going to go down for a 7-yard loss back at the 15-yard line.
Those snaps start getting wild, especially when your center's getting harassed or he's got to move his feet so quickly. He's moving his feet before he gets that ball snapped real good, and that can happen.
And again, we're playing in the rain. It's been raining hard pretty much all day. And so we're looking at wet footballs to deal with for both teams. Bradley this time back in the shotgun, second down. Can't get the good snap again. Yeah. And finally is going to be brought down at the 19-yard line after gaining 3, but it's going to bring up a third down and still 12.
Yeah, that was the play they wanted to run the first play when the ball was
get the good snap again. And finally is going to be brought down at the 19-yard line after gaining 3, but it's going to bring up a third down and still 12.
It's on the edge. They're trying to block the end to get him running.
Some of our up front linemen, Connor Driver, again, number 65, a junior on the defensive front. Joining him up there, Michael Winchester. We talked to his dad before the game, who played for the Swain Maroon Devils himself. So got a lot of tradition here.
Oh, yeah, but a lot of coaches up here at one time played at Swain.
Oh, no doubt. Back to throw. Bradley, he's going to tuck it and run. Can't find anybody open. He had pressure and is knocked down at the 22-yard line. But, again, that pressure forced him to really break out of the pocket.
Yeah, had good coverage on everybody but one receiver. Played it, and he was actually trying to get the
throw.
ball
Bradley, he's going to tuck it and run. Can't find anybody open. He had pressure and is knocked down at the 22-yard line. But, again, that pressure forced him to really break out
over his head.
Oh, no doubt. Fourth down now. The Braves are going to have to punt. And coming on, looks like it's going to be Rocky Peebles again. Dropping back for the Maroon Devils is going to be Cooper Hyatt. And a good athlete, outstanding basketball player for the Maroon Devils this year. Got to watch him. High snap, but Rocky gets it down, but he kicks it very high and very short and very much out of bounds over here into the cheerleader section at Ray Kinsland Stadium. So the Maroon Devils, good defensive stand, and now they're going to have very good field very position. High and very short and very much out of bounds.
The defender
over here,
that almost
into
blocked
the cheerleader section
did the smartest thing I've seen a high
Stadium.
school player. I wish I'd got his number. If we could see it run back again, if we could run it back one more time, what his number was. But he ran into the punter and could have just knocked him on down, but he grabbed him and held him up.
Oh.
And the official standing right there looking at him and just held his hands at it. It was perfect.
That's smart.
He ran into the punter, and not many players do that.
No, you're right. And that avoided the penalty.
It was.
And a first down.
They'd had the first ball back with first down.
Here we go. Damian under center. Got a man in motion. It's going to be Groenwald again. He cuts upfield to the left side, and we go running over the left side. And, boy, they're still running and hitting. And one thing that we always see between these two teams, Coach, and you know it as well as anybody, the game is very physical.
Oh, yeah, and that right there legally was a late hit. But I don't think that the defender saw that Damian's knees were already down on the ground, and Damian jumped back up so quick that the defender came and tried to level him.
Yeah, he got hit again.
He got hit again, but that's called a follow play by the quarterback after the veer. After everybody's taking the veer away, he runs up into the line of scrimmage instead of carrying the option on out.
Here comes Carson
pitch.
Taylor into the backfield. He gets the handoff this time from Damian, and Carson's a power back at 5'11", 195. Also a good basketball player this year, and he carries down inside the 35-yard line. Coach looks
taking the veer away, he runs up into the line of scrimmage instead of carrying the option on out.
Here comes Carson
pitch.
Taylor into the backfield. He gets the handoff this time from Damian, and Carson's a power back at 5'11", 195. Also a good basketball player this year, and he
probably run the dive again, or Damian's going to keep it.
Got twins on the right side. Carson Taylor again in the backfield along with Lillard, and this time it's going to be Damian Lossy, just a quarterback keeper, and he's going to be very close.
Yeah,
I think he has it.
Yeah, this is just a predetermined quarterback sneak with wedge blocking we say wedge, all the offensive linemen step towards the center and just block the first opposite colored helmet they see and try to knock them back, just enough for Damien to get his feet back and get started upfield.
Some of those linemen we were talking about, Luke Climbing Bear, 57, 58, James Reed, 66, Lloyd Tisateski. So the Braves have a lot of talent on their side of the field.
Yeah.
Lossy back to throw, flips it out, wide receiver, and just a little over the head over there of Groenwald on the left side, and that looks like almost a wide receiver screen.
That's all. That's basically what it was. They were just trying to run the outside defender off and leave Grunwald one-on-one with the defender on him, and I believe Damien just put a little bit too much mustard on that one, and it set sail on him.
Here's I'll wait it till after this play. Right now, 2nd down and 10. Maroon Devils with a receiver on each side, again from the split back veer. As we're in the first quarter, 5:15 and counting left to play on a Friday night in February. And it's going to be Damien. He's going to keep it. Big hole up the right side, down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 12 for a first down. Coach, the question I had, and I've heard both ways, on a rainy night, some people say, well, we just got to run it all night. Rainy, rainy, rainy.
Right.
And I've heard other people say, well, no, the receiver knows which way he's going to go, but the defender does not. So
exactly.
Two trains of thought.
It is, and it's according to what situations you are in the game. And I think right now we're mixing it up about as good as I've seen in a while. They have to respect what we're doing out there and to try to cover everybody with no free safety in the middle of the field right now. It's going to be tough on them. They're putting 3-on-2 over there.
3-on-2.
And we come back with the veer, and that's what it looks like when that happens.
There's a great block over there to spring that. Gabe Lillard, number 10, set the block on that left side that allowed Carson Taylor to get inside the 5.
That's the way the option's supposed to look. And, I mean, Damien pitched that thing just at the exact moment he should, going to his left. That's a difficult thing to do, and we just set him up blocking him out there.
So now it's going to bring up a 2nd down, and the Maroon Devils only need 1. And right now we need 1 for a first down. We're down at about the 3-yard line, and looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field with 4:12 to play. Maroon Devils want to make sure we're on the same page. We'll take a break, and we'll come back right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Quinnett, and I am over the Parents as Teachers program here in Swain County. Let me tell you a little bit about our program. We're so fortunate to have this program here in Swain County. It is a free program for families prenatal to age 5. We provide a vast resource network on health and safety, nutrition, things like potty training and sleep routines. If you know of a family that could benefit from this program, please share our phone number with them. It's 488-3129, extension 5632. Or share this video with them.
Fans, welcome back. If you don't think it's raining, look over at the Swain County High School fans. Umbrellas, raincoats, caps, you name it. Everybody's ready for the weather.
Yeah, once again, thanks to the principal for letting us up here. This is great. I brought all my rain gear just like Coach Burrell told me to. But
that's right.
All right, here we go.
Principal Forrest, thank you for allowing us in the press box. Damian Lossy under center here on a 2nd down and 1, and looks like he's going to go right up the gut, and he might be in the end zone.
Yeah, that's wedge blocking again. They're just going wedge blocking.
Just short.
And pile them up in there as much as they can, just putting bodies on bodies, and nothing fancy about it. It's not a who blocks who. You can close your eyes and do that blocking.
Oh, no doubt. There's some big guys up there, too. We got Messiah Tolster, Lloyd Tisateski. So a lot of defensive units and a lot of guys who can play on that defensive front.
Yeah, it's one of those things that this is where you find out about your players when it gets down here, and they're having that same thing.
First down and goal, touchdown, Maroon Devils, our first score of the night with 3:52 to play here in the first quarter. And again, Damien is such a weapon on the offense.
Well, it's not the first time Damien's run that play. That's real big for him. He scored a lot of times doing that, and like we said earlier, I thought he'd break that 30-yarder there at one time for the touchdown, but he kind of set it up with that big gainer, and right now they're putting the weight on his shoulders here in Grunwald and that offensive line, and that's the way it should be.
Cooper Hyde on to hold and kicking it up, and looks like it's going to be good. I believe that's Gavin Lanning on for the PAT, and it's a 7-0 Maroon Devil lead here again with 3:52 to play here in the first quarter, Coach, as we look at, again, a lot of new faces on both sidelines, but this shows a lot about a Maroon Devil football team that is really kind of learning themselves and trying to develop team chemistry.
Yeah, after having to punt on the first drive, coming right down the field after Cherokee had to punt, after we held them, they punt back to us, drive it right down the field, running the clock, punch the thing in, and Lanning, who just kicked the extra point, he's just a sophomore. And so that, I guess that's pretty big for him right there. It would be for me to be a 10th grader and put my first PAT through there.
Oh, no doubt. The Maroon Devils, again, not the biggest roster we've had in some time, but we have 5 seniors, 9 juniors, 8 sophomores suited up here, ready to play tonight. We just got the Cherokee Brave roster, but again, their numbers are they have more players than we do right now, but that makes the players you have sometimes, Coach, really get a lot of minutes.
Yeah, and it's a lot of experience will be had, but condition is going to start to play a factor. Now, we don't know when or how, but we'll see. All right, pooch kick.
Real high and real short, going to be taken on a fair catch at the 36, and the Braves will have it there, first down and 10 on that fair catch by Cameron Sampson. So right now, the Maroon Devils giving Cherokee good field position, but that makes your defense step up.
Well, it is, and from this point right here, especially with Bradley back there at quarterback, and with the capabilities that he has and the running back too, we're going to see here shortly if we can truly handle them. Now we're going to see if they get this snap into that shotgun down pat or that pistol set.
No question, the Braves struggle some with the snap on their first offensive series, and again the quarterback very capable, Donald Bradley. One of the better athletes in the Smoky Mountain Conference. He can do a lot of things, and they hand off to the right side. And this time looks like it's going to be, is that Caden Smith, number 12 on the carry, or was that Anthony Allison, 18?
I couldn't tell. They ran it's a trap play with the lead block from the fullback. You'll see the left guard pull to kick out, and then you'll see the fullback follow up and try to block the linebacker on the outside to get him broke upfield.
And again, the deep man almost, as you mentioned, almost a type of I formation, as Bradley right behind him is going to be Anthony Allison.
Same play again.
Hands off to Allison. This time, though, he's in trouble in the backfield as he had nowhere to go. Coming in with the pressure was Aiden Allison. So we got Aiden Allison against Anthony Allison.
Yep, a little bit of a stunt out there on the outside edge. And it paid off, and it was to the wide side of the field. And if you're going to defend anything with some type of stunt, especially on the high school level, it was always my opinion, you do it from the wide side of the field. Now, if you want to put pressure on them, you come from the short side of the field in a passing situation because it's easier to cover a receiver into the short side of the field.
One of those wide right is going to be Cameron Sampson, 22, as the Braves have 3 wide here on 3rd down and 6.
Going to a full shotgun set here with 2 backs back there.
Bradley back to throw, has time, fires. It's going to be almost picked off over there with his hands on the football, but couldn't hang on. It's going to be Cooper Hyatt.
Cooper's going to shoot himself for that one. He literally, he saw it. He could see the letters on the football.
Yeah, well, he read the quarterback's eyes.
He did. He broke on that. Great zone coverage, and he broke on it right when he should have. And he wants that one back so bad. He's still back there fixing to catch a punt. He's beating himself up about it. But that was a great break on the football, and at least it wasn't complete.
So now it's going to be Rocky Peebles on to punt for the Braves. He handles their punting and kickoffs. 4th down and 6. 2:25 to play here in the first quarter with a 7-0 Maroon Devil lead.
And we'll see if he can get the ball upfield too.
Snap a little high, big
Cooper
pressure.
Return it.
Line drive punt, very returnable. Cooper on the return at the 25, back out across the 30, 35, 40, down the sideline. Good return by Cooper, and he's forced out of bounds over there by 55, Xavier Otter.
Yeah, and it would have been about where he would have picked that ball off. He would have probably scored if he'd have picked it off, but he got it back upfield about where he would have initially picked it off. That's a great return by Cooper. He makes them hesitate, and then he turns the burners on. And he uses the sideline as far as he can until he gets knocked out of bounds.
Good feat. And I know we've got a lot of people watching from Cherokee High School tonight, folks who can't come to the game, Coach. So, hey, we've got, I know in basketball we had, I think, about 1,700 people watching when Swain and Cherokee played basketball. So we know a lot of folks are watching tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting. Cherokee got into a defense right there then that you don't see much anymore. That's a shaded 50 front. And any of the old guys from about 85 on that played at Swain, if you'll see the shaded 50 front of you just don't see it much anymore, and you can only play it against a team that runs only one tight end. But you give up a secondary player when you do it. So right now, Cherokee's pretty much saying we got to stop you from running the football, and there it is again.
So now in the backfield again, it's going to be Gabe Lillard, number 10, and 32, Carson Taylor in the split backs right behind Damian. Damian's going to run the option, pitches back to Carson, tries to turn the corner, and does a little bit, gets out across the 45-yard line. And again, timing is such a key.
It's it. And their big concern right now is making sure we can't run the football consistently against them. And I would say we'll see them go back to a forefront when the time comes. But that's played just exactly the way the shaded 50 was be played. Linebacker takes the quarterback on the edge, coming over the top, and the safety has to come and take the pitch man away.
Some of our offensive linemen starting tonight for Swain High. Number 56, Michael Winchester. 60 is Bryn Jackson. 64 is Ben Payne. And here we go on third down and 4 to go. Damian ran into traffic, pitches out, and it's going to be Lillard around the corner. And even though he ran into traffic, still had the presence to pitch it out for a first down.
Really threw him a little bit of a curve there and forced him out of that five-man front by not playing with a tight end on the line of scrimmage. And when they did that, what that did was allow them when he fakes the dive, there's a linebacker missing. And then that's when Damian just pitched it immediately. He knew good and well that his pitchback had enough room to get that first down.
Also in the game right now is going to be 84 for the Maroon Devils, and so he's going to line up at tight end. This time we have 2 split out wide to the left side. This could be the final play of the first quarter as the clock is running 20 seconds. Plenty of time for this play. Damian back to throw. Fires off the receiver's hands. Just bounced off the hands of Donovan Groenwald, and that'll stop the clock at 14 seconds.
Yeah, there again, just a little bit too much on that ball, I think. But it's the first game, and he's known to get a little bit arm happy, but that's fine. That's great. And there's pretty good coverage then. The trailing defender for Cherokee was right there to make the tackle had Grunwald caught it.
And, of course, as we've talked about, it's still raining, but it looks like the rain is kind of letting up a little bit. We had some hard rain earlier today, Coach. I know coming into the high school here, the Oconee River was rolling.
Oh, it's a real frog choker in Bryson City, I can tell you that.
So the rivers around the area, the Oconee, the Tuckasegee, they're high. Handoff left side. Again, there's a big run by Gabe Lillard, and he's going to crack inside the line to the 35-yard line. Helping out on the tackle down there for the Braves is going to be Braden Taylor, number 62. And that's going to bring up third down and still 4 to go.
And here you can see the shaded 50 front. You'll see the weak side linebacker blitzing a gap. That's his ball of wax right there. If he misses, it's like 2 trains in the night, and you're going to pick up some yardage. If he misses. If he hits it, then he's going to hit him on the hookup, and you could cause a fumble.
Got a timeout. That's the end of the first quarter. Maroon Devils 7, Cherokee nothing. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Maroon Devils Network.
The Smoky Mountain Conference, one of North Carolina's oldest and most storied athletic conferences, producing champions on and off the playing field for decades. The Smoky Mountain Conference. Tradition lives here.
Welcome back on a Friday night in February. I don't think I ever thought I would say those words for football season, Coach.
Strange words you just came out of your mouth.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's just a crazy season. We were playing basketball, I know it seems like just a few days ago, and we literally were. So we just flipped the page, and now we're playing football. People like Cooper Hyatt and Carson Taylor, they were dribbling the ball around the gym.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy. But, boy, I'm glad it's here. It's been a long time coming, and folks have been waiting. I don't know how many people have asked me were they even going to have a season. You know, every time you go to town, grocery store, gas station, anywhere, somebody was asking, are we even going to have a season ever again, this year? So here it is.
That's it. And, hey, folks, right now, only 6 games on the Maroon Devils schedule. Cherokee has 7. So, hey, fans, get out there, enjoy it while it's here. It's going to be a shortened season as here we come back, ready to go in the second quarter on 3rd down. Coming up short, that's going to bring up 4th down now.
Yeah.
As the Maroon Devils untangle.
And Cherokee keeps running. I used to call that a jet blitz, is where the weak side backer running through that A gap, trying to collide with the quarterback and the dive back. Every time we've got a tight end up there, he's doing that. And it's one of those things that they're trying to create enough havoc by him hitting the line of scrimmage with a running start is to somebody miss a block and him be able to put his hat on that football.
Boy, Lloyd Tisateski, one of their defensive tackles, he's a tough guy to block up front for the Braves, number 66. Here we go, 4th down and 2. Maroon Devils going to go for it.
Missed.
Breaking a tackle, and that's what got the first down for the Maroon Devils was the initial contact didn't gel, and spinning out of the tackle and getting the first down on second effort.
Well, you'll see the jet linebacker blitzing right here from the weak side. When I say weak side, you see where 40's running from. It's the linebacker on this side. You'll see him attack that A gap, and he misses right there.
Yep.
And if he misses, you're going to get a gainer every time. If he hits it, then you got trouble. But right now we're blocking him. Our left guard, 62, he's getting his hat on him, and when he gets his hat on him,
Aiden Allison,
he's moving him.
And
I believe they're going to slow it down in a minute, but they're not going to blitz him this time.
Here's Damian in the shotgun. Fire is going to be too high again, over the head again of Donovan Groenwald. And as you mentioned, he gets a little happy early in the year with that football.
Well, and early in the season, if you'll notice, most high school quarterbacks, I don't care how seasoned they are, the ball's going to travel high on them. And I think it's just the release point. It's a little different during when the game comes, not to get too technical, but I've seen it time and time again with quarterbacks that are 3-year starters. With that first game or so, they turn that ball loose a little too early, trying to get it out there too quick, and it sails on them.
And sometimes it's just adrenaline.
Yeah, it is. There comes that weak side backer blitz again. And
or some strong running on the right side down to the 21-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2 now for the Maroon Devils. And we saw it last year from Carson Taylor, and we're seeing it again this year. He's a strong back.
Yeah, watch the offensive line really create a new line of scrimmage when they come off the football. We're doing a better job up there than what I thought would happen with some of these young players up there. But some of them are doing real well right now. When I can, I'll try to get some numbers.
Oh, they're, again, establishing the line of scrimmage. Here we go running again. And this time Damian's going to hang on to the football and no gain. But talking about some of the linemen up front, Michael Winchester, again, whose dad played at Swain High, Bryn Jackson, 60, Ben Payne, 64, Sam Bernheisel, 72. So these guys doing a good job because, hey, these guys didn't play much last year.
That's right. That's right. Now they're getting their chance. And till I get used to some of their names right here, I see now.
Yeah, Aiden Allison up front. So good bunch of guys. Now we're going to have a timeout, fans, on the field. 9:39 to play here in the second quarter. And the Maroon Devils up 7-0. Stay with us in the rain. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Maroon Devils here on a 4th down. And long 2 going for it at the Cherokee Brave 21-yard line. Again, back in the shotgun is going to be Damian Lossy. He's going to run the option, pitches out, and it's going to be turning the corner time and getting the first down again is going to be Gabe Lillard coming up on the tackle for the Braves. Good work over there by their linebacking crew led by James Reed, number 58.
Yeah, great play call out of this gun set because not many people see that option out of that. And it is, to me, it's very difficult to defend. I hope to see us run that more and more. I don't have a say-so. I don't have a dog in the fight. But I love that, especially with Damian back there. It's a scary thing to watch.
Now we're mixing it up on the sets offensively. Damian is going to be under center this time with the split backs lined up behind him. He's going to fake the handoff and turn that corner and try to spin out of the grasp up there. A good tackle up front by Braden Taylor, 62.
Yep. They're again staying with their as long as we have a tight end, especially if Damian's up underneath the center, they're gonna do more with that shaded 50 front. Kind of cutting out that blitz by the linebackers now. They figured out that we've kind of got that blocking scheme down, so we're giving them a little bit of trouble. And in a minute, I'd say we'll see them run the option again to this weak side where that backer's blitzing from.
Right now the Braves have a four-man front, a stand-up rush end on the right side. Here's Damian. He starts to jump inside. Now he cuts it around outside, gets a little block, and he's going to be down near the end zone. And he's the end touchdown, Maroon Devils, and that was all Damian Lossy.
Whew, Lord of mercy. I tell you, he's scary when they line him up back there where he can see. It's something to see. It really is.
He started left, nothing there. He just reversed the entire field, went in and scored.
Yeah, that's all ability right there. That's just all Damian. He's seen so much of that. He knew he didn't have anything. He couldn't make anything out of what was there. So let's make something happen with their legs.
Oh, no doubt. Gavin Lanning on to kick now for the PAT. Cooper Hyatt, who has good hands with the holder, and boy, this one is blocked. Cherokee blocks this one, so the PAT goes astray with 8:26 to play here in the first half. It's Maroon Devils 13, Braves 0. More football coming up on the Maroon Devils Network. In the rain from Cherokee High School, and it looks like we had somebody blow a whistle because everybody stopped, and I would imagine that the Maroon Devils might be offside on the kickoff.
I believe it was against Cherokee. They had a player over here near their sidelines who lined up in what's considered on the kickoff a neutral zone, and I believe that's what he did. He either stepped across right before the ball was kicked, or he lined up there, but he's
And, Coach, that's rare.
Yeah, their coaches are trying to – well, with the season coming on right now, little things like that are trouble for you because kids get up there, they forget where their feet's supposed to be, and all that has to be coached. And if you don't take the time to coach it before a game and you throw a young man out there, he's going to make those kind of mistakes.
Now the Maroon Devils will actually kick off from the 45-yard line. This one's going to be high and deep, going to be taken at the 5-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be Anthony Allison on the return, and a good job out across the 25-yard line before he runs into maroon and white jerseys led by number 10, Gabe Lillard, who's been all over the field tonight. He's been a busy guy. And also number 30 was in there, Andrew Chavez.
Yeah, and he broke the first two tackles, and we've got a flag on the play, and I don't know who it's against. The officials are talking it over down there, but right after the play occurred, a flag came out, so it's probably an unsportsmanlike or something.
Late hit?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it'd be a late hit. I think something might have got said, but the official threw the flag, and that's never happened between Cherokee and Swain. There's never been any unsportsmanlike conduct ever.
No trash talking ever.
No. Not when there's cousins playing against cousins out there.
That's it. It's Swain and Cherokee, Cherokee and Robbinsville.
Oh yeah.
They really are relatives both ways.
Yeah. Let's see here. I believe it's against us. I'm not real sure.
Yes. Going to be a personal
foul.
So you had it right.
Yeah, there was something there. I didn't see exactly what it was, but I saw the official drop the flag after the play was over. So that must have occurred right at the end of it or something.
Yeah. Here we go. Cherokee now with good field position at just across the 41-yard line. We're in the second quarter. 8:17 to play. 13-0 Maroon Devil lead. Braves now back in the pistol. Yep. Oh, we got people moving on both sides. Now who moved first?
Well, anytime that happens right there, it's generally on the offense because your defender's going to react. And if an offensive lineman moves, then a defender has to react to his movement, especially if he's reading him, if he's watching what he's doing.
Talking about some of the offensive linemen, I know Kenton Hill is number 56. Also Lloyd Tisateski, 66. Adam Panther, number 72 for the Braves, some of their up-front guys. And now again, the Braves, same set.
Yeah, they're going to run the same play they just had called.
Faking, they roll to the right side. Bradley looking, has pressure. He gets away from the initial pressure, still trying to make something happen and gets it to a receiver. That's an outstanding job by quarterback Donald Bradley after almost losing 15 on the sack.
He did a great job. Yeah, he should have been sacked. He broke the tackle, kept his feet moving, kept the play alive.
He really did.
Threw a great ball to his receiver, and there was a great tackle out there on the edge. But now that's keeping it alive right there.
Oh, no doubt. And if you're a defensive line coach, you're telling your guys you got to wrap them up.
Well, you got to get a hold of him. It ain't got to be pretty, but you don't turn loose. Whatever happens, don't let him get loose from you.
Here we go now, second down and 12 for the Braves. 7.5 minutes to play here before halftime. Basically the same set. This time they run to the right side away from the blocking. And again, it's going to be A.J. Allison, their senior running back. So they like to flip that blocker from the left to the right side.
Exactly. And what they did then was kind of challenging us because they've been using that up back to do the most part of the blocking. This time they didn't. It was a straight up trap looking block, and he hit it full speed. I mean, he hit it going hard.
Well, talking about the lineman up front for the Maroon Devils, big number 72 who plays both ways tonight, Sam Bernheisel, offensive and defensive lineman. We'll try to get all those names as much as we can. Third down and 9 now for the Braves. Bradley rolls to his right. This time has plenty of time. Now protection goes away. He still has plenty of time. Rolls. He's going to have to run and is finally forced out of bounds at the 48-yard line over here. And again, here's number 10, Gabe Lillard. This guy's been around a lot of plays.
Yeah, he had to chase that one. It was all the way from the center of the field. He had to come to try to keep quarterback from getting up, keep Bradley inside. And any defensive line coach, you try to teach a kid, and we're doing a good job of it up there. But that time, Aiden Allison, he waited till the last second, and he broke inside of the blocker. And the very second he did, Bradley broke to the outside, and that gave him some running room.
Now we have a timeout. The Braves want to talk it over with 6:29 to play. And our score from Ray Kinsland Stadium, Swain 13, Braves 0. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back. Be sure and pay attention to social media coming up soon. The Maroon Devils will have the ticket policy in place, so be sure and pay attention to social media. We're allowed 30% from what we can understand on the home side and the visitor side from the governor's announcement yesterday. But again, we don't have a home game for 2 more weeks from tonight. So be sure and watch social media and find out all the details on how to get your tickets. And now the Braves going to have to call another timeout. They're still not sure of what they want to do offensively. But, Coach, again, I know a lot of people want to come and watch us play. They probably everybody that wants a ticket can't get one. And I know Toby Burrell and everybody at the high school are going to be working on developing that ticket policy on how people can get those tickets.
Yeah, and it's going to be important. I mean, I'm glad folks, they're going to want to know and what the rules are going to be, and I think everybody is up on that, and they're going to try their best to make it work.
Now, from what we can understand, the Smoky Mountain Conference athletic directors established these guidelines based on the governor's and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association announcements. Each school will allow 30% of the home side capacity for home fans, 30% of the visitor side capacity for the visiting fans, and encouraging home fans to pre-purchase tickets. More of that coming up on social media. But don't forget, mask will still be worn by everyone, and there will be social distancing and all that goes with that. Here we go.
Big play time.
Back to live action.
Down. Oh,
Here comes Allison around the right side.
He didn't get it.
And there's a good tackle, and hanging on was, looks like, again, number 6 again on the tackle, and Donovan Groenwald's on a lot of plays.
He is, and he stood his ground right there real good. And these Cherokee, right before that, the play before, were trying to get us to jump off sides, it being 4th down. And when we didn't, then they decided to go ahead and call a play, and it cost them on that drive.
And by the way, Maroon Devil fans who want to go to Andrews next week, from what we can understand, tickets will be pre-sold for visiting fans. So be sure and watch your social media next week for that information on that road game.
All right, now.
Here we go. Maroon Devils with the football now. 1st down and 10 as Damian Lossy hands off. And it's going to be just a short gain right up the A-gap to the 47-yard line. So.
Yeah, a little freeze option right there on that. What we're trying to do, we forced them in. Anytime you see a split middle on a defense, you want to try to run that option right behind the center. And you have to call it because it's hard to see from the field level even. But a few quarterbacks can audible into it. But in that case right there, it was pre-called. You could tell by the way we ran it.
Thomas Pheasant, one of the defensive linemen, now in for the Braves at a defensive tackle, number 65 tonight. This time, Damian keeps the football. He fakes the handoff, and he runs up the gut again to the Cherokee 44-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and still about 4 to go.
Yeah, fake the jet sweep. Damian pulls it down. They've already got it pre-blocked up front for a trap play, and he just takes off with it.
Also back in the game now for the Braves, 22, Cameron Sampson, one of their corners over on that far side. And, boy, the corners are such a big part of football that a lot of people don't appreciate. But right now, man-to-man coverage on each side for Cherokee. That safety's not helping out.
Yeah, I really – that's a tough thing.
Right now, the Maroon Devils stay on the ground. Carson Taylor carries to the 41-yard line. Still going to bring that 4th down in a couple. But so far tonight, Coach, the Maroon Devils have been successful on every 4th down attempt.
Yeah, and Cherokee staying with that shaded 50 front. And they did a great job right then of taking that dive away. All those down blocks and that defensive end, he saw those down blocks, and he closed and took it right away. If Damian sees that again, I'm pretty sure he's going to pull that football, and he'll be gone with it because there wasn't anybody left.
Now in the game for Cherokee, Joey Hornbuckle comes back in the place of Cameron Sampson. Maroon Devils looking to the sideline, but they're going to have to use a timeout. The play clock is almost down to 0.
Yep.
And there is the timeout with 4:18 to play. And we'll take a break as well. It's Swain 13, Cherokee 0. We'll be back. Welcome back. The first week of Maroon Devil and Cherokee Brave football as the Maroon Devils run to the left side, and I believe it's going to be enough for a first down over there behind the blocking of Sam Bernheisel. So the running works, and it's a first down. The sticks move with 4:10 to go before halftime.
Yeah, that's just a freeze dive. That bubble staying in the middle there, when you want a yard or two, it's going to be there. You can't fill it up fast enough, not even with the blitzing linebacker. And they've actually had to change linebackers on the weak side there.
Yeah.
I think they wore the other kid out blitzing him, number 22. He was doing a great job.
He
of
was.
it.
Yeah,
he was just he was taking a pounding over there. Cameron Sampson. He was, but now they've gone with the number 8 and trying to get him in the game.
Damian Lossy fires it up. It's going to be up for grabs, and there's going to be contact, and there's going to be pass interference down there as Donovan Groenwald was locked up pretty good down there. Looks like by Caden Trantham, potentially number 5, as the ball hung up, and the defensive back, I don't think, could see the ball. He was just playing the receiver on that play, Coach, and there was contact.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. If I was him, I would have probably done the same thing because it looked to me like that was going to be 6 if he didn't do something in a hurry. And he couldn't get up in time, like you say. He couldn't find the football in time to get up and try to make a play on it. So he did the very best thing he knew to do, and that was grab a hold of him and hang on.
Oh, no doubt. You'd rather give the offense 15 yards as opposed to 6 points.
Yeah, we used to coach it that way. If you feel him breaking by you and he's going deep, grab him.
That's it.
Don't let him get upfield on you. That's an easy way to score.
Oh, no doubt, and that probably would have happened there. First down now, Maroon Devils after the pass interference call, moving the football down to the 24-yard line with 3:41 to play here before halftime. Maroon Devils on a solid drive. This time wide receivers way out wide to the left side. It's going to be Cooper Hyatt, and we've got Groenwald up top on the right. Damian wants to throw, but he's going to be thrown to the ground. There comes the blitzing linebacker, and this is Joey Hornbuckle, who came in a moment ago for Cameron Sampson.
Yeah, and the thing about it is I believe that was a little bit of a busted play. Damian looked like that something didn't happen just right there, whether it be a miscommunication on a blocking scheme or the receiver route or something, because it looked like he wanted to get rid of that ball almost immediately, and it wasn't there.
So now checking back into the lineup for the Maroon Devils, Damian Lossy with the play from the sideline. Again, our interim head coach, Eric Stevenson, associate head coach, Scotty McMahon, getting it done over there. Got a man in motion over to the right side. That could be Eli Waddy, number 84, as this time we got people in motion. I didn't see a flag, so the play is still live. Damian throws, going to be incomplete. But it almost looked like there was motion, but no flag.
No flag, and Damian thought the play was dead.
Yeah,
he literally did. He caught that snap and stopped and stood there, and there was no flag or anything, a whistle to blow. And but I don't know. Maybe he thought we moved on the line of scrimmage or something. But there was a turn back blocking up front and for a pass play. But it looked like Damian wasn't real sure what was going to happen there. And I saw one of the coaches, Cherokee coaches, pitching a fit. So I believe he thought we moved too.
Yeah, I think there was
got
motion.
A timeout now.
Yep, and the Maroon Devils want a timeout. And, Coach, we'd like to remind everybody once again that the policy for attendance, 30% of the capacity on the home side, 30% on the visitor side. And now at different stadiums, that's going to be different because we have a lot of capacity on both sides.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And I don't know what Murphy's going to do because those bleachers over there, you can't hardly put – most people end up standing the whole game. So
I know. You're right. And I know Andrews on the visitor side does not have a lot of seats. So that should be limited capacity for our visitors next Friday when we go to Andrews.
Exactly. And if they want to, it's according to what that numbers they come up with. We don't know what numbers they've got.
Right. To give you an example, at Cherokee here tonight for the visitor side, 315 visiting fans on that side, 750 on the home side. So every school is going to have to deal with that math and that percentage.
Yeah, and that'll be a concern for every away game for us.
Oh, no doubt. And don't forget now, be sure and watch social media for any updates. Number one on the Andrews game next week, And then 2 weeks from tonight, the first home game for the Maroon Devils, and the same thing for the Cherokee Braves as well, as they look at home and away situations. Third down.
Need a big play right here.
Damian back to throw, fakes, throws down the right side. Nobody there. That one's going to be incomplete. And I'm not sure if he just threw that away or if our receiver was supposed to break outside.
Yeah, a little bit more miscommunication, but I believe he got he got hit a little bit right as he turns the ball loose, and that may have sent that ball sailing right there.
So now it's going to bring up fourth down, and now about 15 to go. 2:43 to play before halftime here in week number 1 of the high school football season. By the way, we did get an update last night that Murphy-Andrews game was played last night. Murphy winning pretty easily, so I think we're the only game in town.
Yep, must be. I can't keep up with when folks are playing. I knew this weather was going to throw a kink into it, but
here we go. Damian Lossy back on fourth down, rolling, firing down in the end zone. It's just off the hands of our intended receiver, Cooper Hyatt. But again, good coverage down there by the Braves, as it looks like they had Chase Calhoun and Pepion back there, both with pretty good coverage.
Yeah, that was great coverage. Yeah. Number 6, Pepion, he did a great job. I believe that's him, 5 or 6.
Yep, that's number 6.
And he did a great job of breaking that up. He got his hand right on the football right before it got to the receiver. I wish we could have converted on that. That would have been a good chance for us to put another one up on the board. But now we got to play D again.
Here we go, back on the defensive side. Braves with the football now. 2.5 minutes to play before halftime as they take over at the 28-yard line. First down and 10. They like to run out of the shotgun for Donald Bradley. Number 2, the quarterback, as he looks to the left side, kind of pump fakes. Now he rolls to the right side. His pressure is coming, and he's going to tuck it and run out across the 40, 45, 50 into Maroon Devil territory. He made a guy miss, and that was probably their biggest run of the night.
That was the biggest play they've had all night long, and he made it all happen himself, Bradley did. We lost all kinds of containment over here on the edge. I'm not real sure what the scheme was, but we didn't have an edge player. He disappeared into the interior part of the line of scrimmage, and don't know what exactly happened.
So, again, Donald Bradley, the quarterback, number 2, only a junior. So he's got this year and next year to play for the Braves, and hopefully, again, we'll be playing next fall as opposed to anything different we're looking at. This time, Bradley's checking off at the line of scrimmage, out of the pistol set, turns, fakes the handoff. Here comes pressure, and he's hit in the backfield. And, again, that is Donovan Groenwald, and he came with bad intentions.
That was a great read, and he kept his feet up under him, didn't go for any of the body fakes, and just planted him. That was a great play by Grunwald. He understood exactly what he was seeing from that edge, and that play was designed for Bradley to keep the ball all the way and run it upfield.
And, again, you don't see that too many times, Coach, in high school ball for a corner to come blitzing like that.
No.
But he came hard.
Yeah, he sat down on it, and that's a great play. You don't see corners make many good plays like that.
This time our safety back deep is going to be Lossy, and we've got corner coverage on the receivers, but the Braves right now trying to get blocking going for their quarterback, Donald Bradley, out at the 46-yard line. Wanted to throw, but again, he's not getting a whole lot of time.
No, he's not. He's in a situation where he's going to have to get rid of that ball in a hurry or not at all.
So this time he looks to the sideline for the play call, and again, Coach Dave Napier in his second year as head coach here for the Braves. 1:15 to play before halftime, time running out, and I believe both teams might have a timeout left. We'll see before halftime, but right now, 3rd down and 8 for Cherokee. Donald looking, has some time now. The pocket collapses. He tucks it and runs, has the first down, and he slides down at the 37-yard line. Wanted a flag on a late hit, and right now he might get one.
He's going to get one, I'm pretty sure. We're having all kinds of trouble on the edges right now of our defensive linemen. Some of them are running out of gas a little bit, and their feet are getting still, and they're not moving their feet very well. And he's just pulling the ball down and getting upfield with it.
And he is a lot like Damian Lossy in that he has very quick feet.
Exactly, and he's not scared to run with it. He wants to run with it.
And again, some of our defensive linemen right now for the Maroon Devils, Aiden Allison up front. Also up there, Michael Winchester. Now checking back in, it's going to be Sam Bernheisel. And depth, when you don't have a ton of players on the roster, Coach, it is tough.
It is, and we're losing a player off the field right now from an injury, it looks like, and so it's going to be this is when you have to start digging deep, and we knew that this was going to be an issue, and and right now this kind of field position they're getting from that penalty, they're going to make it interesting right here before the half. I got a minute got 57 seconds left to play in the half, and Cherokee's trying to every way in the world they can to get one on the board right now.
Here we go. That was a personal foul penalty on the Maroon Devil defense. Bradley back to throw. Here comes pressure again. This time he fires for the left corner. Got a man open, and I believe he's going to have it complete down at the 6-yard line. He had to now they're going to say incomplete.
It looked like it was trapped on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, the official in the center of the field saw it clearer than the side official. He had to watch the receiver himself, and the official in the middle of the field, the back judge, he saw that the ball had been trapped.
Cameron Sampson over there open briefly, number 22. And I don't believe the Braves have any timeouts. That, of course, stops the clock on the incomplete pass with 43 seconds to play. But they've been very cognizant. Once the clock starts running, they get up to the line quickly.
Yeah, and here's going to be the issue. You got the ball on the hash mark over here. You got Bradley taking the snap, getting to the wide side of the field. He's got 2 receivers over there, one into the boundary. And he's just going to run a read play, a zone play right there. And
there's Allison.
Ball pops out. And
there's a lot of the Maroon Devils coming out with it. Looks like Gabe Lillard, number 10.
It is. It's Gabe. He got the ball. He scooped it up. It bounced, and he never even had to go to the ground. It bounced right up in his hands. Let's see what they called it a fumble because the beanbag went on.
Now we've got a penalty flag over on the other side of the field at the on the Maroon Devils sideline. And coming out of the pack over there was Caden Pheasant, number 15. We'll see what the penalty is all about.
Yeah.
But you're right. That ball bounced right up into Gabe's hands.
Yeah, it took a good bounce for him, and he knew what to do with it. And we'll see what the call is here. I'm not real sure what happened over there on the sidelines. But,
I think there was something said by somebody. And we'll see if that's the call. It's going to be a personal foul against the Cherokee Braves, they say.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Maroon Devils, so it's offsetting, and that's the way it's going to end up.
Well, that's the way it turned out, so we'll see what happens now. No harm, no foul this time.
That's it. So a foul offset. And here we go, 31-yard line, 29 seconds to play. Maroon Devils have the ball on a 13-0 lead, and you know the Cherokee Braves are going to be playing center field back there with Caden Smith, one of those deep safeties, and they're going to be looking for anything deep. Also back there is going to be Pepion. We saw him break up a potential touchdown earlier.
Yeah, they're going to try to play with 2 deep safeties right here.
Yep, just going to hit a knee and go to halftime.
Yeah, try to make it not make it an issue of trying to have an interception or a fumble down here this close in Cherokee territory.
So the Maroon Devils wind up with a 13-0 lead here at halftime at Ray Kinsland Stadium on the campus of Cherokee High School. Fans, stay tuned. A lot of Maroon Devil football still to be played here with the Cherokee Braves. We'll be back.
Hi parents, I'm Tricia Chapman, the Director of Bright Adventures Pre-Kindergarten for Swain County Schools. It's time to enroll your 4-year-old for the 2021-2022 school year at Bright Adventures. Enrolling your child now is a gift you can give them for success for the rest of their school career. If you haven't already, stop by, pick up an application, fill it out, and get it turned back in to get your child on the list. Research has shown time and again that a high-quality pre-kindergarten education is the foundation to school and career success. So get your child started now. Here's some things you might not know about Bright Adventures. We are free to all 4-year-olds of Swain County. This is because our community knows that getting a strong foundational year at Bright Adventures is key to success throughout a child's school career and beyond. We have 6 classrooms with birth to kindergarten licensed teachers. All of our classrooms have a full-time assistant teacher who meets NC Pre-K requirements. Not only do we have the degrees and certificates to enable us to provide high-quality early education, but together our staff has 150 years of experience in early childhood education. We're a state licensed child care facility meeting the highest possible rating of 5 stars. We use developmentally appropriate curriculum to guide our students to meeting their fullest potential, not only academically, but across the developmental domains. Bright Adventures has after-school care until 5:30 every day, Monday through Friday through December, to provide extra support where it's needed. If you have a child who will be 4 on or before August 31st, now's the time. Stop by, pick up an application, fill it out, and turn it back in. This is how we'll get your name on a list for next school year. If you have questions, give me a call, 488-1494. I look forward to helping you and your child start their educational journey.
Good afternoon. Today is February the 23rd. It's a Tuesday afternoon, and it seems like February is our month of extremes in temperature because about a week ago at this time, I was worried about ice on the roads, and today it is bright, 65 degrees and sun shining, and it feels like spring. I am so thankful for that. I'll be so thankful when it stays bright and 65 and feels like this on more days than not. You know, I was talking last week about being able to create our own weather. We have a wonderful opportunity to not just create our own weather, but experience the weather from an awesome event that hasn't happened in over a year. What is that? On Friday, February the 26th, the first varsity football game for Swain County High School will happen since 2019. It's hard to believe that it's been over a year. Now, you have the opportunity to watch that live on the Maroon Devil Network. Please do. Please subscribe on YouTube, Maroon Devil Network. That way you can get the notifications that things are happening. And that way on this Friday, when actually the weather outside is probably going to be a little bit rainy, you can sit in the comfort of your home and you can watch football in Swain County for the first time in over a year. There's another thing that I really need for you to put on your calendar, and that is the after-school opportunities that we have at the elementary schools and at the middle school. If your son or daughter is having any difficulty in math or language arts, reading, social studies, or science, any of those areas, if there are difficulties with what they're doing, please get them signed up for the after-school program. There's even transportation home afterwards. Why is that important? Because if our students aren't showing us the kind of growth and ability that they probably are going to need for next year, then there's a really good chance that they're going to get invited to a summer school program that we are absolutely going to have. We just aren't exactly sure if it's going to be in June or July right now. But summer school is going to happen this year just to make sure that when we come back in August, everybody can be on as equal footing as possible. The best way to keep that from happening, though, is to make sure that you're getting all your work done and turning it in and participating, whether it's online or face-to-face. And if you need extra help, call the schools and be part of the after-school program. Great opportunity, and if you need more information, call the schools. Now, there's another thing that I want to share with you today, but this is not the best place to do that. I need to go down into the kitchen area at the high school and introduce you to a student who has been invited to a state level competition. So if you'll hang on, we're going to shift our camera, and I want you to hear about another great thing that's happening in Swain County schools. We'll be right back. And we're back, except now, instead of being at the Memorial Stadium, we are in the Family and Consumer Science Laboratory, that we also call the kitchen, and we are with Naira Franklin, who has been with us for almost 7 years, in April, I believe, and has brought or helped bring the North Carolina Junior Chef Competition to our kids. And this is the second year, so tell us a little bit about how this year's been different, and maybe tell us about what some of the awards are that they can receive now that they have earned the opportunity to compete in the finals.
Thank you. This year, the Junior Chef competition will be located here in our school, and we'll have it videoed. And then we'll submit our video along with our final recipe and our picture of our recipe to state for them to judge. And they will judge that on the April 4th and April 18th, I believe. And this year, we instead of having two members on the team, we have 4 members on the team. So we've doubled up our size due to the fact that last year only having 2 students on a team was really cut into their time during prep. So with 4, you know how it is, many hands make light work. We were able to help speed up the process. The scholarships this year for the North Carolina Junior Chef Competition, first place will be $16,000 scholarship to Sullivan University, and second place will be $10,000, and then third place will be $6,000. So students that win the North Carolina Junior Chef Competition are eligible to participate in the Southeastern Regional Junior Chef Competition. They have the opportunity to win up to $55,000 in scholarship from Sullivan University.
And so if our team places first, they'll be able to win at least a year's free tuition, if not a tuition for a full ride to Sullivan University. And one of those individuals is Jordan Terry. He's competed last year as well, and he is part of our team that's going to take a unique and special recipe. So Jordan, why don't you tell us about what that recipe is, and then talk about how the competition is different this year as compared to last year, okay?
Alrighty, thank you so much for having me here today, Mr. Sale, and I would love to talk about our recipes. See, today we're going to be doing our take on a traditional shepherd's pie. So instead of having the regular pie crust around the shepherd's pie, we're not going to have that. It's going to be more of an open-faced shepherd's pie. We're going to be doing a nice sweet potato topping, and so it's going to be consisting of, instead of usual beef that's in shepherd's pie, we're going to have a nice ground turkey along with some mushrooms, green pepper, and onion that are all going to be chopped up inside of it. It's going to taste really good, and I'm really excited to bring it all the way up to the junior competition this year, along with all of the people that are doing it with me, along with Abram and all of them. And so, as Mr. Sell said, it's going to be a lot different this year. So since we're not going to be going all the way up to Johnson & Wales University, we're going to be doing it at home in our own competition. I think it's going to make it a lot easier for us to work together and communicate, because we're going to be familiar with our kitchen. We're familiar with everything in here, all the utensils. We know how to use it because we all practice here. We cook here. We're happy with this area. We know what we're doing. I feel like it's going to be a lot different because of the COVID rules, and so we're going to have to be wearing masks. We're going to have to be wearing gloves, make sure everything's nice and safe, and keep it sanitary. We're going to make sure that we have to maintain 6 feet distancing, and we're going to make sure that we make sure all of that is handled while we're doing our competition this year, and we're very excited. We're extremely excited to do this competition this year. We really, truly do believe that we can bring home first place this year, and we're all excited to go and win this competition this year. Thank you guys so much for having me and allowing us to do this competition this year. Thank you so much.
And I promised you a little while ago that we would, talk about bright, sunny things after being outside up at the Memorial Stadium. And you, Jordan, just like last year when we were doing this, I believe in January, before we kind of closed schools down for a little while, I remember you bringing a lot of joy to me, because I believe we did a podcast as well, if I'm not mistaken. Remember that? And Ms. Franklin, being around you, it brightens my day. But I want to say thank you to both of you, and especially to Ms. Franklin, for bringing this opportunity to our students and to our school, because I really do see all of y'all coming back with the first place, and we will keep you informed about how they do in April. For sure, all right? So, and I would say until then, but until the next time that we come to you with some more bright and shining, wonderful things that are happening in Swain County schools. God bless you. Thank you for being part of our family, and we are certainly grateful to be part of yours.
I'm Toby Burrell, executive producer of the Maroon Devils Network. These are very trying times for our whole community and state and nation as a whole. And it has been our pledge from the very beginning of the Maroon Devils Network to bring as much as we can into your home so that you can view things that you need to about our school system, about our athletic programs, whatever the case may be. In an effort to serve you, our community, and our family better, we have made additions to the Maroon Devils Network this year. We're now covering away games, we're covering JV games, we're covering middle school games. We're also added into that mix board meetings, and you get your weekly message from our superintendent, Mark Sale. I have some numbers that will probably surprise you. I know they did me when I looked at them. Since the middle of November, the Maroon Devils Network has carried over 50 separate broadcasts of Swain events. During that time, 9,000 hours of viewing has taken place with 39,000 separate views. Pretty amazing stuff. We're excited and extremely proud for what we've been able to bring you so far on the Maroon Devils Network. On the other hand, we're extremely excited about what's coming up and what we have in store for you this spring especially with our football broadcast. You're going to see a product that we hope you will be extremely proud of and excited each and every Friday night to be able to watch. Here are some ways you can help us grow our YouTube channel even bigger than it already is. Be sure and subscribe. That way you get updated every single time the Maroon Devil Network has a broadcast. Like the video that you're watching. It doesn't depend upon the game result. You're liking the video and our product. So please hit the like button. And by all means, share with all of your friends what's going on with the Maroon Devil Network. Thank you for inviting us into your home and making us a part of your family. And now, without any further delays, let's take you out to the ball game.
Is Caitlin Quinnett, and I am over the Parents as Teachers program here in Swain County. Let me tell you a little bit about our program. We're so fortunate to have this program here in Swain County. It is a free program for families prenatal to age 5. We provide a vast resource network on health and safety, nutrition, things like potty training and sleep routines. If you know of a family that could benefit from this program, please share our phone number with them. It's 488-3129, extension 5632. Or share this video with them.
the Smoky Mountain Conference, one of North Carolina's oldest and most storied athletic conferences, producing champions on and off the playing field for decades. The Smoky Mountain Conference. Tradition lives here.
Fans, welcome back as we're looking at some of the halftime stats before we get the third quarter underway. And right now, looking at the Maroon Devil offensive stats, 119 yards on 27 carries on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Those are the only scores of the game besides 1 extra point. And for the Cherokee Braves, 13 plays, 55 yards on the ground, and their long play, of course, 24 yards in the first half. So, again, it's looking like the running game is really dominating things for both teams here, Coach. Not a whole lot of successful passing so far.
Exactly, and we've had more touch the football than they have basically as far as the running game, but getting it spread around just a little bit, and it seems to be helping us out, and we need more of it in the second half. And if Cherokee gets theirs going, then we're going to be in trouble.
Oh, no doubt. The Maroon Devils 1 of 9 passing in the first half for 18 yards. The Braves 1 of 4 passing for 3 yards. 10 first downs for the Maroon Devils, 4 for the Cherokee Braves in the first half. But again, the running game and the play of the offensive line has, to me, been the difference in the first half.
It sure has, and it's going to be even bigger part of it when this, I don't want to jinx anybody, either side, but when this fatigue does kick in, and it will. It'll start to show. It did a little bit there at the end of the before the half. You could see hands on hips and deep breathing and leaning back, and their feet were dying. And when you see a offensive or defensive lineman's feet die, then you got trouble.
Kevin Lanning, line drive kick going to be taken at the 12-yard line. The Braves on the return out across the 20. As trying to pick up a blocker out across the 25-yard line. Nice work coming back on the return. Anthony Allison, very talented. Another thing, Coach, you know, you don't think about it much, but when it's rainy like this and the rain is still coming down here at Ray Kinsland Stadium, you know, your jersey gets heavier, your pants, your shoes, everything just seems like it gets heavier when it's wet.
It really does, and especially like you see some of these young men out here with these long undershirts, almost sweatshirts underneath.
Oh.
Those things get heavy. They get loaded with with moisture, and you gain a few pounds. You sure do.
Here we go. Braves will take over now as we get things underway here in the third quarter. Back at quarterback, Donald Bradley, who has had a pretty good game for the Cherokee Braves, as he's going to fake the handoff and run to the left side. Now it's going to be Allison blocking for him, and they turned that into a pretty successful play of about 8 yards.
They've been trying to get that play going all night long, and that's just a long zone read. He's reading while he's riding that back with the football about what he wants to do. That back continues on towards the sidelines, and he pulls it and gets straight up field with it. What he's waiting on to do is to stretch that defensive, the linebackers out and the secondary, and then he's got a running lane straight up field.
And, boy, you talk about the kind of an offense that will wear down the defense. Those kind of plays will do it.
It is, and it slows defenses down. You can't react. It's hard to stunt and blitz and do things like that when they're reading that thing.
Here we go. Bradley back in the backfield, takes the
Doing
snap.
it again, same thing.
Fakes the handoff, and this time the Maroon Devils bounce him out to the left side. He tried to get away and almost did, but he's going to be stopped at the 34-yard line. Again, good penetration over there by Gabe Lillard, number 10.
You got to hold your breath when he's got the ball. There's no doubt about it. He can make things happen in a flash, and he's just on the verge every time he's got the football in his hands, which is smart because they're keeping it in his hands, and he's making good choices out there. And right there, we just did a good job of not overextending ourselves and running upfield. We need to start making those early tackles, though. He'll make us pay for that.
Oh, no doubt. Third down and 4 now. The Smoky Mountain Conference, I think, blessed with some good quarterbacks this year. Oh, here's a bad snap. Bradley picks it up, and he's going to try to get away. He breaks a couple of tackles, but here comes a late flag, probably the first holding penalty of the game.
Yeah, it's coming from the far sideline, so generally that means it's behind the ball, and where he threw the flag to, it was back there somewhere where he was trying to get away. So it may be holding or something where somebody grabbed a hold of a face mask.
So now the officials are talking it over third down, and we'd like to pass on and send our thoughts and prayers down to Maiden High School tonight. Their longtime coach, who was known all across the state, Tom Brown, passed away. We just heard that news today, and as everybody knows that has ever been associated with Maiden High School, what a good person he was.
Yeah, Coach Brown was wonderful. Having the opportunity to coach against him and being around him at the clinics and things, and nothing but pure respect for him and his family. Playing against him was tough. He always had great players and had great schemes, and he was a handful, but he was a delightful person and a great football coach and was a great friend.
Oh, no doubt. So, again, our thoughts and prayers going out to the family of Coach Tom Brown. Cherokee now going to punt it away after that penalty as Rocky Peebles will aim it toward the sideline. It goes out of bounds up at the 43-yard line. So the Maroon Devils are going to get it back in outstanding field position here for their first possession in the third quarter with 10:06 to play.
Yeah, we need that field position. Swain did. It's having the ball back deep and being backed up is not something that has been real good to us. So right now it's just a matter of what we can make happen, if either team can make anything happen here at the beginning of the second half.
Also, one update on the big game that is being televised tonight is Pisgah leading at halftime over Tuscola 23-8. Hey, I'd just like to have the 50-50 pot.
Yeah, no matter how many they got there, it's always a big one.
It's always a good one. Damian Lossy hands off the jet sweep. Donovan Groenwald again. That's what we opened up with to start the game. Groenwald all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That's how to make a jet sweep go.
There you go. Wide side of the field. Turn him loose out there, man. And that was a great – he did a great job of finding the field and getting upfield, not just running towards the sideline. He realized that he was running in open ground as soon as he got the football. So that wasn't that's a great thing, and that's our offense using its tools and weapons.
Oh, no doubt. Good speed once he shot down the sideline, started going north and south. He had some good yardage there. So now first down for the Maroon Devils inside the 20 at the Cherokee Brave 18-yard line. Damian still hanging on to the football, breaks a tackle down into the 10-yard line, 8 yards. And again, he spins as well as anybody in the conference.
Yeah, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. He really was right here. You'll see the linebacker coming over the top, takes him, but that spin move you're talking about back to the inside breaks him free.
And that is just it's really fun to watch, but you don't realize how big of an athletic move that really is.
Try it. If I did it right now, I'd end up on my rear end back here in the back of this room.
Would have broken ankles, wouldn't we?
Yes, sir.
So now Damian's going to be under center as he looks at the line of scrimmage and the Cherokee Brave defense. Split backs right behind him now. Second down and a couple, and he's going to keep it again. And this time the Braves, they were waiting on him, and they stop him for basically no gain. Might have even lost a yard on that play.
Yeah, Cherokee did a real smart thing right there. They took all their defensive linemen, put them in a little wider alignment, inviting us to come upfield in the middle there, and then you'll see them stunt inside. Those defensive linemen will take angles to go down inside towards the football. Right there you can see it. And they realize that bubble's in there. We used to call that the bubble in between the two guards, and they're leaving that there for a reason. Now they're going to squeeze it down a little bit in that 50 front again.
Third down and 1. Damian takes it again right up between the guard and the center and easily gets the first down near the 5-yard line. And it's going to bring up first down and goal to go in the third quarter with 8:05 to play. Maroon Devils knocking on the door with a 13-0 lead here.
And there's the wedge blocking. You can see where all you do is tell your offensive lineman, bite your mouthpiece, get real tight split, step straight towards the center, and push upfield as hard as you can. And let's let Damian follow us.
So now let's see what the Maroon Devils come up with. Got a receiver wide left and right. Got the split backs right behind him in the backfield, Gabe Lillard and 32, Carson Taylor.
Got the tight end to the wide side of the field. Looks like it could be the option to that side, and it is. Yep.
Going right at the A-gap again into the end zone. Yeah. And again, that's the power of that offensive line doing a good job between the center and the guard.
And that's it. I mean, if you see that there again, this is the freeze option. What they're trying to do is take away but you can see the bubble right over the center's head. Now watch where the running back hits it, just outside of that down block by the tackle coming down on that down lineman. And really and truthfully, it's blocked one way and one way only.
Gabe Lillard, good run as he followed his blockers. Now for the PAT is going to be Gavin Lanning. Cooper to hold, and this kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good with 7:35 to play in the third quarter and a 20-0 Maroon Devil lead. And again, Coach, as you've talked about tonight several times, now it's going to be interesting to see, and as the rain keeps coming down, when that fatigue starts kicking in for both teams, because we're seeing so many guys both ways.
When you're ahead, fatigue comes a little slow. When you're behind, it gets there fast. I can tell you that after coaching for 30 years, coaching young men. If you're behind, that monkey gets on your back fast. When you're ahead, you've got a little more time with them. You've got a little more time that they'll put it out there. But Cherokee's not done. I can tell you that right now. Not with the skill people they have out there and the way things are going. They're not through yet. So it'll get interesting yet.
They have the capability of breaking a play anytime.
Yeah,
with Allison and Don Bradley.
Exactly, and all they have to do is find the right combination, like they did a few minutes ago. With Bradley and a few more of those, and the next thing you know, he's in the end zone. And I'm sure they're not going to forget about it. They're going to come back to it, and they'll run it till we stop them.
And now the kickoff from the Maroon Devils. Gavin Lanning will kick it off. And again, we're just about halfway gone in the third quarter. This is going to be a good kick, angling toward the left side of the field, and it's going to be brought back again by Allison, 20-25, right up the gut. He is really quick out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. So good return on a line drive.
Yeah, he's just about one player from breaking every one of those, and he knows what he's doing. He waits and lets those blocks get set up, and then he turns the Jets on.
And again, we're talking about some of the players on the Smoky Mountain Conference on this COVID-shortened season. But you look at every team, and it seems like every team has a solid player at quarterback and a solid running back or two for everybody in the league, pretty much.
Well, that's what will probably make things a little more interesting this season. Is that if you can keep them healthy, you got a chance in about every game, even against the Robbinsvilles and Murphys and all the teams that are supposed to win or be at the top of this thing.
Yep, good skill people can make a difference as Bradley hands off and trying to bust it out to the right side and breaking a tackle and doing that again is going to be A.J. Allison, number 18.
Yeah, they're going to try to put their foot back down on the gas and get him as many carries and the quarterback as they can.
And, Coach, we were talking about good skill people at different schools. One thing that's going to make a difference down the line is which school can develop their offensive and defensive linemen the fastest.
That's it. If you've got a core there, you got to start. If you don't, then you got your work cut out for you.
Oh, no doubt. It's right now second down and less than a yard for the Braves at the 40-yard line as Bradley fakes the handoff, rolls to the right side, tries to turn the corner. I don't think he got the first down. He's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be close, but now they tried to pull a quick one right here, and it's a good call on Cherokee's part. They pull the backside guard and tackle. He keeps it.
Yep.
And all he's doing is trying to get us to overread and come across that line of scrimmage, and he could break that one, but we didn't. And hopefully, it brings up third down.
So third down and still a yard to go. Looks like probably Eli Waddy on the tackle up there along with Donovan Groenwald. So now, pistol set for the Braves. This time they move the back over to the right side of Bradley, the quarterback, as he is going to hand off this time, and it goes Allison right up the gut for an easy 5 yards and a first down.
That's that trap isolation play again, and all they're doing is trying to trap the last man on the line of scrimmage with the backside guard and let that up back clear to the linebacker, and you can see him right there. Kick out and block up. That's a different. Yeah, this time they blocked down, and that back led on the outside on the defensive end, basically.
So now we've got a timeout on the field. Not sure the reason for that. One of the Cherokee Brave. Looks like the line judge on this side came on the field for something, and
I think somebody's got to go off. He may have been injured for just a second, and anytime he has to leave, they got to give him time to replace him.
So now he goes off, and now the officials, I believe, are getting set and should be about ready to go here. So now, again, even the officials are wearing masks out here tonight on the football field along with the players as the fake goes to the handoff, and Bradley's going to keep it, and he was one tackle away from maybe breaking that.
Yeah, he made everybody miss. When he's turned up field, we were missing right and left, and finally tackled by Damien coming from free safety over the top.
and he was kind of the last man standing, so to speak, to come up with that tackle. And Damian, again, good foot speed. He's deceptively quick.
Oh yeah, he got there in a hurry. He could see what was happening, and a lot of times it's a hit or miss thing with your free safeties about their adjustment. But he likes to play towards the wide side of the field, which he is now.
This time, the Maroon Devils come right up the gut this time, and there's Damian coming up and helping out on a tackle again as our linebackers were out there in the way talking about Andrew Chavez and Carson Taylor.
Yeah, and there's that same blocking scheme again with that back leading up in there. And what you don't want to see is your free safety having to make too many tackles. They're gaining too many yards when that happens. You can see the pulling guard, back leading up on the linebacker, and when the free safeties having to make that tackle 8 and 10 yards deep, you're in trouble.
And that's why I think, Coach, the Maroon Devils want a timeout with 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Right. Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back. It's a Maroon Devil 20-0 lead here on the Maroon Devils Network.
The Smoky Mountain Conference, one of North Carolina's oldest and most storied athletic conferences, producing champions on and off the playing field for decades. The Smoky Mountain Conference. Tradition lives here.
Fans, welcome back after the timeout. The Maroon Devils trying to make a defensive adjustment as the Braves on their best drive of the night. We got a penalty flag before the play really develops, though, Coach, and this is going to, I think, be on the Maroon Devils for offside.
Yeah, and they came right back with the same play. That's what they were going to run. They think they found a home over there with the two different blocking schemes they're using, but they ran that one with the guard pulling, kicking out, and with that up back leading up on the linebacker. They're liking that in the way our front's looking, and it's been a good play for them.
So right now the Braves, again, on their best drive of the night. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Inside the Maroon Devil 35-yard line. It's going to bring up a 1st down and 5 after the penalty as Bradley stays on the pistol, drops the snap, picks it up, tries to get a block from Allison and does, cuts it back outside to the left side, and I think there may be a penalty flag over there. So will this play come back, or it will be a Brave 1st and 10 at our 25?
I don't know, but boy, he did a heck of a job running with that football.
He did.
He saw it there, and after all the mishandling, and when he went upfield with it, I thought for sure he was going to score.
He popped outside. He got a good block from Allison trying to pave the way, but it's going to be an offensive hold, so that play's going to come back.
Yeah, it was out there on the edge somewhere where the original plan of attack was for the ball.
So now it's going to come all the way back. They're trying to, looks like they're going to mark it off from the place of the hold instead of the line of scrimmage. So this one is going to come all the way back at the 45-yard line. So, boy, those kind of penalties sting when you have a big play.
Well, yeah, and it just erases all of it, and it comes back from the spot of the foul, which took place a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, basically.
So now at the 45-yard line, Braves have it, 1st down, and they still need about 17 to go with 4.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Maroon Devils up 20-0. Again, another drop snap. Bradley trying to make something out of nothing. He turns the corner, but coming up to stop that, again, it's going to be Groenwald, and again, the snap still an issue.
Yeah, and I really believe it was a busted play even before the bad snap, because they had two different blocking schemes going on right there, and you can see the running back, the up back, and the tailback were confused about the whole thing. But if you're going to open field tackle, right there's how you do it. And that's the only way you can tackle that young man. You try any other way, and he'll beat you.
You're right. Bradley's a tough tackle. Carson Taylor doing a good job penetrating and forcing him out into the waiting arms over there of Donovan Groenwald, a junior. Carson Taylor also a juniors on this Maroon Devil team. So now, 2nd down, a long way to go for the Braves. Bradley back in the gun again. And he's going to run a quarterback draw play, has some room, running in traffic down to the Swain 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, he did an all-out quarterback draw. He pops his arm up, looking downfield. They block it by turning everybody out, you can see, and then he just pulls it down and gets upfield. Man, he's dangerous.
So the Cherokee Braves with about 33 to 34 players on their opening night roster here. So they have a little more depth on their side of the field.
Yeah, they've got more helmets out there, more bodies, and they're doing a lot of good substituting.
3rd down and 12. And again, that depth helps the later you get into the second half. Bradley still trying to throw. He gets away. We grab him by the jersey. He gets away again. This time he tries to pitch it back to Allison. Allison picks it up at the 50, but he's going to be brought down even deeper. There's a penalty flag coming in as the tackle was made by Andrew Chavez. We may see
I believe that's a face mask. I believe he reached around. At least the official thought that's what he saw. Now, whether or not he does right here, it looked to me like he got more jersey. I don't know whether they're going to call it a horse collar.
Yeah, maybe a horse collar.
Yeah, because he was at a bad angle, that official was, and I won't get started on them. To see a face mask, but we'll see here in just a second. Great effort by Cherokee's not. I'm telling you, they don't quit. They're just coming back. They're going to try to do everything they can.
And again, with Donald Bradley and number 18 out there, Anthony Allison, they're have the ability. They're going to wave the flag off.
Yeah, I believe the other officials kind of had a better angle of it, and they pretty much told the official over here that maybe he missed that one.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah. If you're going to have a good crew, you've got to be able to question each other.
So now there's going to be a change of footballs as the Cherokee Braves decide to punt on 4th down and about 23 to go. They had to go all the way to the Swain 28-yard line.
Yeah, and we'll see what kind of field position we end up after this punt.
Rocky Peebles on to punt, and back deep, of course, for the Maroon Devils. Let's see, is that going to be Gabe Lillard or is that Cooper? It's going to be Cooper Hyatt.
He shanked it.
Yep, it's going to be off to the right, and it's going to give the Maroon Devils outstanding field position. It's going to be out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. 1st down and 10, just didn't get a good foot on that one.
No, he didn't. His toe turned up on him. I believe the ball wasn't really – it was a little slick in his hands, and he couldn't get it out there on his foot far enough to get the punt off, and it ended up just backflipping on him back just about to the line of scrimmage.
As we mentioned, Maroon Devils on the road next week. Going to be over at Andrews High School with our old friend James Phillips. And the Cherokee Braves, they're going to be on the road as well, as they're going to be at Rosman. So for our Brave fans, and from what I can understand, this might be the last year the Rosman Tigers will be in the Smoky Mountain Conference.
Exactly.
So now it's going to be handoff. There's that jet sweep again. Donovan Groenwald, the 3rd time tonight. It's worked pretty well 3 times in a row.
Yeah, they just barely did get to him before he gets to the 1st down marker. Cherokee did a much better job of stringing it out right there, too. They had people in position. His speed, when he turns the jets on, boy, it's hard to get an angle on him.
Over there was Masai Katolster, number 70, to try to cut that angle off, but not before a 9-yard gain. So, Coach, it's my understanding that in the fall, that's when the new alignment takes place?
Exactly. That's the way I understand it, but who knows? That could change, too, with the way things have been panning out here.
Here comes Damian tossing it out. Great timing on the play. Gets it over to Lillard, and he gets the 1st down. Again, all about timing.
Yeah, and we got a flag over there, and I'm not real sure what happened right at the end of that play. I don't think it could be a hold from where the flag was thrown. But we'll see what the officials have to call there.
I know when talking to some friends at Rosman High School during basketball season, they really don't want to leave the Smoky Mountain Conference. There's an offer. It's going to be a personal foul against the Cherokee Braves at the end of the play. But Rosman, again, looks like going to be leaving the Smoky Mountain Conference.
Well, they've been such an important part of it, although, there was a lot of complaints over the years about the travel. But they contributed a lot to the Smoky Mountain Conference. There was times where I know when Coach Fox was there and some other coaches where they made things very interesting for the Smoky Mountain Conference and had some great teams over there. And I always enjoyed playing against them. A lot of coaches didn't like going to Rosman, but I always just felt like they were enough like us, and their kids were tough kids. And so you had your hands full when you went over there.
Had a couple of mud bowls over there.
Oh, we had some awful games where you didn't know, you couldn't tell the teams apart.
I remember it well. 1st down now. The Maroon Devils after the penalty. Damian Lossy hands off, and we go running right between the guard and the tackle on the right side. But you're right. People like Jim Fox and his son Eddie that played over there. I remember one year they went very deep in the playoffs, and they just again, hate to see him go, but hey, that's the way sometimes things go one way or another, and
Exactly.
and we keep playing.
Yeah, and some great players over there, and some people who get to know them in and around that area, and they're just good people. They really are.
Yeah.
They have their own community mindset, and once you try to learn and understand it, you understand them.
I tell you what, they have a pretty good girls basketball team. I know that. they have a freshman that's maybe the freshman of the year in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Here we go. Damian Lossy pitches right side, dancing down the sideline, down near the goal line at about the 2-yard line. The Maroon Devils are going to be forced out of bounds with 20 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Again, good toss out there. Damian's timing for this early in the season has been pretty strong.
Yeah, we found something over there on this weak side veer look, and we're veer blocking it, and we just ran the dive the play before, and this time Damian takes it all the way to the pitch, and it's when the way Cherokee's having to play their secondary with that 5-man front, there's nobody that can take that pitch quickly. So you either got to count on a corner doing it or your free safety.
Good run.
So right now they don't have a safety over here, so we're going to run it again over here.
And this time it's going to be stopped short of the goal line. But again, that last play, Gabe Lillard doing a good job on that run.
And if they line up the same way, I'll bet he'll run the same option, and either they'll keep it, Damian will keep it, and run it in himself, or he'll pitch it.
So now that's going to wind down the third quarter, though, fans. It's Maroon Devils with a 20-0 lead. Stay tuned. The fourth quarter on the way right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
The Smoky Mountain Conference, one of North Carolina's oldest and most storied athletic conferences, producing champions on and off the playing field for decades. The Smoky Mountain Conference. Tradition lives here.
Fans back at Ray Kinsland Stadium, talking about a name, Coach, and talking about such great memories. There was not a better man around here anywhere than Ray Kinsland.
He was fun to talk to because he had more knowledge in his head and was so quiet most of the time.
He was.
But when you got in a conversation with Ray, things got real interesting because the things he could tell you, it was phenomenal to sit down and talk to the man.
And he had that hidden sense of humor.
Always dry as it could be. Hardly ever. I never heard the man laugh out loud.
He was such a joy. Here we go.
Here goes our run the weak side veer.
Second
right
down.
There it is. Keep it.
There's
and
Gabe
he got
Lillard.
in. He should have got in.
In for the touchdown. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
So that's just power football.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Got a Maroon Devil player down. Looks like one of the first injuries we've had. And with the numbers what they are, nobody in the Smoky Mountain Conference wants to have injuries.
It's cramp. And this is that time that the cramps are going to hit, and especially on a night like tonight, like you said, wet and heavy. It just seems like the more moisture there is in the air, the quicker these cramps happen. And the players even realize it, so they're down there trying to get the cramp out of his leg before Kerry can get out there or anybody else to treat him. But he's got those cramps will hit in a hurry,
and they hurt.
But that's the weak side veer. And once they realized that what was happening over there on the Cherokee side defensively, and that's the danger of playing that shaded 50 front, is that the weak side is where some of your best plays will end up being.
And, Coach, talking about cramps, I can remember, I'm sure you can, and Toby and the guys here with us, one year we played at East Henderson High School, and it was so humid, and the field was kind of wet anyway. It just seemed like there was steam coming up off the ground. I think we must have had like a dozen cramps that night. I've never seen that many cramps in a game.
You should have been on the bus on the way home. There was kids laying over the top of the seats, screaming. They had each other down trying to rub those cramps out. We probably had 10 or 12 kids on the bus at one time just screaming in agony and pain. And all it was trying to sit in those seats after playing a football game in that kind of humidity. And it was awful. It really was.
I remember that game simply because of all the cramps. And the field was kind of soft.
It was mushy, and it was sandy and mushy, and it was like trying to run on a beach.
Yeah,
you could tell. And the kids, their calves and hamstrings, and there was kids laying everywhere trying to get. And I worked up a sweat trying to rub cramps out on the way back.
Wow, and it is for a short time they really hurt, don't they?
Yeah, and it is, and you can't. You tell kids to hydrate, and you tell them to get all this stuff into their body, and they will. But for the most part, you can't prepare for that kind of situation. When the ball game starts, they play in a higher gear. The players do.
Right.
Well, when that happens, cramps are going to follow early in the season, more often than not.
Here we go for the PAT. And this one is up, and it's going to be good. So the Maroon Devils lead is now 27-0 with 11:54 to play. Still a whole lot of football coming up, and I think a lot of good things are happening here for both teams that they can really hang their hat on and get ready for road games next week.
Exactly, and we're seeing a lot of good bright spots for both teams, basically.
Yeah.
And they needed to play because they didn't even get to have a scrimmage with anybody before all this came about. So your introduction to the season is your first game, which hadn't happened since the late 70s, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah.
When the last time that happened, because you always ended up with one or two scrimmage games before your first game. But this right here is a real shot in the arm for both teams to get out here and see what they've got, because neither coaching staff, neither group knew what they really had.
Right. And it is rare for Swain and Cherokee to open a season because normally that doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. You're playing all those out-of-conference schools to begin with, and schedule games against bigger schools so that you can make a little money from their gate receipts and everything else before you get into conference play and find out who you are. But now you're having to step straight in the conference like some of the college teams do,
right?
To find out who you are.
So now the rain is still coming down here at Ray Kinsland Stadium at Cherokee High School. Here's the kickoff from Gavin Lanning, and this one is going to be angled toward the right side of the field, and it's going to be Allison chasing it down, and it goes out of bounds. So a wise move by Allison to let that one go out of bounds, because pretty good coverage down there. Leading the charge is Groenwald again.
Yeah, that ball almost stopped, and that's what he was watching very carefully to make sure that he didn't allow that ball to stop in play, because he was going to have to pick it up and go with it. And I don't know, he's probably as dangerous doing that as anything, because sometimes mishandled kickoffs, when your kids are running downfield and they all try to get to that football at the same time, and he takes it and runs off to the wide side of the field with it, you can get in trouble in a hurry.
And he has the speed to be able to do that.
He can do it.
Now the Braves will come out, first down and 10. 11:54 to play in this one, the season opener for both teams here on the road for the Maroon Devils at Cherokee. Again, next week, Swain will be at Andrews. Cherokee will be at Rosman next Friday. So now it's going to be Bradley back in the pistol set. He runs to the right side with Allison for about 4 yards out to the 39-yard line. And, Coach, who knows, with you know how February can be and March can be. We may be playing in the snow before the season's over.
Who knows? It'd be just like some of our playoff games, you know, in the years past, late season games against Murphy and teams like that all of a sudden snow hits you, and you're trying to figure out whether you can play or not.
It's February, thank goodness, is just about over, so hopefully March will be kinder and we won't have to deal with that. Second down, Bradley hands off. This time it's going to be Allison again, but he is hit in a hurry. There was Gabe Lillard again, only a sophomore, but what a game he has had.
He did a great job of seeing it and a great tackle, and I think the running back, he just kind of missed the hole there. It was back inside of there, and he kind of got there too quick. You can see the guard kicking out. And if he had just hugged inside of that, I think he felt like he might have a better chance on the edge, but it just wasn't there.
Outstanding play, and also want to wish the best to Cameron Blankenship, not able to play tonight. He's nursing an injury, and we hope he's going to be back, and hopefully the sooner the better. And we wish him a good recovery with that.
Yeah, Coach Blankenship said he wasn't real sure what the timeline was going to be, and they wouldn't know for another week or two.
Yeah, so we wish him the best this time.
Roll out.
Rolling to the right side, firing, and it's going to be intercepted. And bringing it back out across the 30, all the way to the 25, to the 23. That looks like Braylon Aldridge, a big 6'1" sophomore. Number 81, I believe.
Stuck that paw up there and just pulled it down. What a great interception. He's playing the inside safety position. Great footwork, sets his feet, goes up and gets it with one hand. What a great play. He was in his zone. That's pure zone coverage, and he didn't get pulled out of it. He stayed right in that zone.
Good job by, again, Braylon Aldridge. We have a good group of sophomores, 8 sophomores on this Maroon Devil team. The Cherokee Braves, also a lot of sophomores on their lineup. So I think the future is going to be bright for these teams down the road.
Yeah, it's just a matter of bringing those sophomores on right now and getting them, like you said, this game experience.
That's it. Here we go. Hand off to the right side. Carson Taylor barrels his way down to the 7-yard line. First down and goal with 10:18 to play.
He ran this as tight as a veer lane as you could possibly run, because he literally scrapes off the offensive lineman's butt pad on him, and that's how tight you have to run it against that many front. You can see him right there. And once he lowers his shoulder, he rolls his shoulders over, he's hitting that offensive lineman right in the back.
He ran right beside big Connor Driver, a 6-foot junior, weighs about 250 pounds, but good blocking to lead the way. Damian on the option. He's going to be caught from behind and dropped. They kind of got him on a jersey tackle. He couldn't get away.
Yeah, he couldn't get turned upfield there. He needs to. He wanted to get on out to the edge of the line of scrimmage, and it got cut off. And he wanted to come a little wider before he decided to pitch it. But that penetration caused him to have to pull the ball back inside by 58 there from Cherokee.
Yeah, that's big James Reed. He's one of their standouts up front. He's been having a good game. Also, Joey Hornbuckle, number 40, trying to turn that play back in.
Right, and he did a great job right there.
So now, Damian Lossy leading the Maroon Devils at the quarterback spot under center this time. Misdirection hand. No, he keeps it all the way. He faked the hand off and kept it himself.
It was supposed to be a weak side veer, and the back cut it was a little too tight. And Damian realized it, and you'll see him. He just runs in front of the back.
Oh, good fake.
It was supposed to be one gap wider, and the back ran inside of it. And once Damian realized that nobody was there, he just stuck his foot in the ground and went north and south.
Touchdown, Maroon Devils, 33-0 now with 9:09 to play. And coming on is going to be Gavin Lanning again. Cooper Hyatt, the holder. And it's going to be up, and it looks good from this angle, and it is good. So, still just over 9 minutes to play. The Maroon Devils in control. We're going to take a break down the line, and we'll be right back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Maroon Devils ready to kick off to the Braves again. Rain still coming down here on a Friday night in February. 9:09 to play here in the fourth quarter. And let's see what the Braves can do, as they have the skilled people to hurt you on kickoffs and special teams. This time it's going to be Allison trying to chase it down. He picks it up at the 14, 15, out to the 20, and there's a penalty flag coming down as he's tackled down the field by Cooper Hyatt with good coverage there.
And that's what I was talking about just a minute ago. One of the most dangerous things is for that ball to be rolling around back there. Somebody with his ability and his skill level pick that thing up and take off. But somebody got blocked in the back down here behind the play, actually. It wasn't even he was past it, but it doesn't matter where it occurs in these on these special teams plays. They're going to call it if they see it.
Oh, no doubt. And Coach, I know, having been there yourself, I know both coaches are going to be working with their teams for next week's road games to try and eliminate some of these mistakes.
Oh, they will. And you know, after talking to Coach Stevenson this week, they can't go to practice in a full line scrimmage. They don't have the personnel. They don't have enough people to line up and go 11 on 11. They have to do half line scrimmaging and try to put that together. It's like trying to put together a crossword puzzle with only half the box of the pieces there. Or not a crossword puzzle, but a jigsaw puzzle.
But it's hard to do.
Yeah, it's difficult.
This time the Braves, new set, 4 wide receivers on the play, but they hand off to Allison, and Allison is in trouble in the backfield. Coming in with a tackle is going to be Michael Winchester, whose dad we talked to before the game, played on the Maroon Devils team back in the late 80s.
Yeah, he's the edge player out there, and there's been a few times they've tried to take advantage of him, but he read that one right down the line of scrimmage, and all he had to do was make sure he didn't get beat to the outside, and he did.
And we're getting some good senior play. Michael Winchester, Bryn Jackson, Aiden Allison, 3 of our 5 seniors up front.
Yeah, and they're doing a pretty good job right now. They got to work on their technique just a little bit more.
This time the fake, the handoff, and it's going to be Bradley. And again, he is stuck in the backfield. Good penetration again by the defensive front.
Yeah, and keeping their shoulder pads square to him is what's helping them right now. Once they turn their shoulders, he's going to beat you. If you get sideways to him, he's going to beat you.
And again, that was Ben Payne and Connor Driver. But talking about the 5 seniors, again, 3 up front with Michael Winchester, Bryn Jackson, and Aiden Allison. The other 2 seniors, of course, are quarterback Damian Lossy and Andrew Chavez.
Yeah, and right now, if I can read those numbers right, we got Ben Payne over here at this other defensive end, and he's doing he did a heck of a job on that last series of staying square.
And that's the key this time. Bradley back to throw. Timing pattern left side up for grabs. Intercepted. There's Groenwald on the interception. And he's going to be grabbed from behind and brought down the field by Jonathan Frady, the guy who they intended that pass for.
Yeah, he had a great job. Great body position. He saw the ball the whole time, and it was no surprise to him. And that's how you cover it. You run the route. He knew that right then. Being a receiver, once he realized that receiver's going vertical, he became the receiver. That's a mindset you got to sell kids on. You're not a defender anymore when that ball goes in the air. Run the route that he's running and catch a football.
And now we're going to have a timeout on the field. And, guys, I thought the rain was going to slack up, but I think the rain is getting harder.
It's heavy.
Man, if you can see it through the camera lens. That Kent Maxey. Oh, now you can really see it there. A good shot, Kent. And it is pouring. It was supposed to be ending tonight, but not yet.
Yeah, I'm glad. I actually probably am the only one in here that brought an umbrella, so I'll be walking back to my car in the dry. But anyway, yeah, they're going to probably be switching from what I'm seeing over there on our sidelines. They're going to switch some players around a little bit, maybe even.
Looks like Gage Jones might come in at quarterback 16, and. So get some, and that's so important. When you've got a guy like Damian Lossy, you depend on so much. But
I believe it's going to be Gabe Lillard.
Could be Gabe Lillard?
Mm-hmm. I believe it is because he was quarterback for the JV team last year. I believe I saw 10 over there. It's hard, like you say, it's hard to see from up here.
That's it.
But
it's so important. My point was, you've got to have a guy ready.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, why not now? I mean, and the worst thing you could do is leave Damian out there and something happened to him. You know
exactly,
and you don't need that to happen, and they know that. And the smart play is to get him off the field as much as possible, and just let's handle the football, keep the running game going. He's used to the veer.
It's Gabe
Lillard because he was a JV quarterback last year, and so
he hands off to Chavez, who gets his first carry tonight.
Talking
about carrying, the Maroon Devils at last check, 37 carries, 197 yards on the ground. The Braves, 25 carries, 84 yards rushing.
Yeah. And you see here, they're just trying to run the straight veer block, and Cherokee's defensive tackle closes and takes the dive away like he's been coached to do. And we'll see what we can do and continue it. We'll see if we run that weak side look anymore. That'll be the weakness of this this five front that Cherokee, that split middle five front that Cherokee's playing.
Marcus Young in the game for the Maroon Devils. Also number 2, John Parton getting some playing time. As looks like the football is loose inside the 25-yard line. The Braves say they have it, and now so do the officials. So it is a turnover by the Maroon Devils.
Mishandled snap. The tough thing about a young quarterback playing the veer offense from up underneath the center is receiving the snap. The center is stepping one direction. The quarterback is stepping in the opposite direction, especially against those bubble fronts. Well, what happens is that ball gets left in limbo out there, and it'll happen to a young quarterback. I don't care how good he is at taking a snap. It's going to happen.
So now the Braves with the football, first down and 10, 6.5 minutes to play in the driving rain here at Ray Kinsland Stadium on the opening night for high school football in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Even though a couple of teams played last night, now the Braves stay on the ground. It's going to be Eric Salazar, I believe, or was that Allison again? No, that is Allison, number 18. So they come out running the football again. But Allison has been the go-to guy. He and Donald Bradley have really been the horses on offense.
Yeah, and we're having to take that particular play and try to defend it with the outside linebackers coming in. That's a long way for them to come. That time Braden Aldridge, he had to close from it looked like a half a mile away.
Here comes Allison again on the carry. He's got the first down out across the 35-yard line, running hard. The offensive line still blocking up there. Adam Panther, number 72, leading the charge for the Braves up front.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot of wholesale substitution right now because of the mere fact that now's the time to get some of those younger players some experience out there.
So now talking about playing, we got Andrew Chavez in at a linebacker for the Maroon Devils. Also, again, we're thinking Eli Waddy could be number 84 tonight, also in there. So this time the Braves run to the left side. It's going to be Allison again, and he's going to be pulled down over here just almost at the line of scrimmage by Andrew Chavez.
Yeah, Chavez made a good open field tackle right there because that's the play they keep wanting to break to the outside. They make you look inside, and then they stick that thing and get it onto the corner.
Talking about New Jersey's number 8, Austin Jenkins, another sophomore in for the Maroon Devils over here at this corner on the right side. As looks like we're going to have single coverage on this side and some help over on the high side for the Maroon Devils. This time on the carry, new man of the ball game is going to be Michael Driver, number 7 carries for his first time.
Yeah, he kept running one of the same plays they ran earlier with the lead back coming to the backside, trying to isolate a linebacker and get upfield with it.
Kind of ran into his own blocker.
He sure did.
And popped it outside. But, hey, when you're coming in there full of enthusiasm and intensity because you haven't played much, hey, you're ready to go.
Yeah, and you pick up speed. You really do. When you first come in there, you pick up some speed.
Third down and 5 for the Braves now.
Same play.
Bradley hands off, and again, it's going to be Michael Driver. He's got fresh legs, and he is hitting that hole wide open.
Yeah, he's getting him some playing time, and he's finding himself out there, and they're staying with their blocking scheme, alternating between the running back kicking the end out and the pulling guard up on the linebacker, or the pulling guard kicking the end out and the up back up on the linebacker. So that's the two ways they block that thing, and it's just a change up for them. Same play, basically. It's just a change up in how you block it.
This time coming out wide to the left side, Luther Murphy out here for the Braves. He's in the slot on the left side as they're going to try to run it right up the gut and get the first down, and they do out to the 49-yard line near midfield. Coming up on the tackle is going to be 72, Sam Bernheisel.
Yeah, we got a good push up front there. Ended up picking up the first down, and the smart play for us right here is to stay with what we got and make them just have to try to drive the football down the field. They got 3.5 minutes left to play, and it'll be hard for them to make any type of comeback. So right now Cherokee needs to work on themselves, and our kids need to get some playing time.
Donald Bradley is out of the game at quarterback, and now they have another bad snap for the new quarterback who just came in off the bench. We're talking about Caden Smith. They call him TSO. Caden Smith in, number 12 at quarterback. But again, that bad snap's a tough way to start.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for that, but he at least he handled it. He handled the snap, and there they were running that same power play they've been running, and he did the smart thing and actually ran it where the blocking scheme was taking place.
Yeah, got 2 yards on kind of a busted play. Second down and 8 now. 2:47 to play. Maroon Devils in charge, 34-0 over the Cherokee Braves, and Smith hands off. And again, there's number 7, Michael Driver, just pounding into the gap.
Yeah, a great tackle out here on the edge coming from outside in by the linebacker. Carson Taylor, he just did a heck of a job sticking his foot in the ground and coming back. Because there again, you can see it's that same blocking scheme. That's really the only basic running play that, besides the sweep plays that Cherokee has run against us.
So now third down, Braves need 7, 2:15 and counting. A lot of new jerseys out there for the Braves, like Luther Murphy is in there right now. Also, as they split out wide to the right side, coming wide left is going to be a 4-killer down here on the bottom. And looks like another
fumble snap, and he just fell on it. And lost a few, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So Caden Smith did kind of all he could do on that play. And one thing about it, at least we're playing on artificial turf, so we're not in the mud here tonight at Cherokee.
No, it's a strange thing when you had this much rain and you still see numbers on jerseys. That don't happen too often.
No.
Of course, Bermuda grass fields are pretty good to hold up, and they're sand-based, and you don't get as much, but as used to on the old green grass and the mud fields we played on.
Oh, no doubt. This time the handoff goes to number 8. This is Chase Calhoun, a true freshman, along with Michael Driver. They are both freshmen in the Cherokee Brave backfield. So, again, a lot of skill players here.
Oh, yeah, and that should turn the ball over to us on downs, and we'll make the adjustment here with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. Get our people onto the field and
Yep, and coming back in, Gabe Lillard coming back in at quarterback.
Yeah, we got to make sure we got enough players. Don't look like we have near enough out there, so we'll see.
Yeah, they're still coming on the field. And
coaches are realizing, and this is the problem. I mean, this is huge early in the year that you're going to have this kind of problem getting players from the sidelines out there, and we're still short a player. And
going to hit a knee, and that's probably the wise thing to do.
It is. You don't want any injuries right now.
Nope. Because this game has been decided.
And you could take a knee with 10 players. You can take a knee with 3 players, but you'd like to have 11 out there. They'll realize it in a minute. But they're a little short-handed right now.
And nobody's going to use a timeout, so just going to hit a knee about 2 more times, and this one will be over for the season opener, both for the Braves and the Maroon Devils here at Cherokee High School. And there's another knee again. We'll do it one more time, and next week the Maroon Devils will head over to Andrews to take on James Phillips and the Wildcats, while the Cherokee Braves are going to be going over to Rosman, maybe for the last time in football, to take on the Tigers.
That's right. And for us tonight, this has been a great outing, I think. I mean,
I agree.
to have a short practice period and to come out here with no scrimmages, like we said, and put together, not with 21 players, having to run half line all practice long or doing things individually. This was a great showing for us. I really think so. And Cherokee, sure, they got a lot of work to do, but they'll get there. They've got the skilled people to do it, and they've got the linemen to do it. It's just going to take them a little more time.
Okay. And again, hats off to our coaching staff. Again, they saw some changes coming into this game, Coach, as you well know. And so with all the uncertainties surrounding the athletic calendar at both these high schools, it's just a privilege to see the game played tonight and see these players come out and play hard.
I told Coach Stevenson and Coach Blankenship this past week in talking to them, I really don't know how they did it, how they're tolerating this, and dealing with the kids that can't play anymore because of eligibility, the different things that's been going on, kids giving up on the game, and that always hurts you. But you take what you get and you go with it. And for us to come out this first ball game and score 34 points, and hats off to them for dealing with it. And
yes,
you could hear their voices when I was talking to them on the phone. They were not skeptical, but apprehensive, very apprehensive, and I would have been too, because this is uncharted territory for football coaches right now. They've never been in this situation before. I don't know if I can handle this situation. I'm going to say it right now.
That's
I just
tough.
don't know. But I'm sure we could adapt it somehow. But I'm really glad it's them and not me. I really am.
I hear you. Well, I think some of it goes back, Coach, to what we've talked about over the years at Swain County High School. A lot of tradition and pride in this program that you've been a big part of, and coaches and players in the past. And I think that means a lot going forward.
It does. It carries a lot into it. And there's going to be a lot of players that's not out there that wish they were.
Right.
They wish they were. Okay. But that being said, he can trust those kids right there that he just went out there with. Coach Stevenson and his staff, they trust him. They came out here, poured it out. And I'm surprised. They were running out of gas, but I thought it would get worse than that, and it didn't. So something has to be said for their conditioning. Something has to be said for their determination. And there again, it falls back on what you're talking about, Gary, just deep down inside, that Maroon pride.
It's a big factor. Fans, that's going to wind it up here tonight. Want to thank all our folks who listen in, both from Cherokee and Swain County High School. Want to thank all the fans who came out tonight in this driving rain. It never let up. Want to thank all the guys here in the press box, Toby Burrow, Kent Maxey, Joe Holt, Coach Rod White, and myself. It's been a joy, as always, every Friday night to come out and broadcast Maroon Devil football. And again, hats off to these guys for a job well done.
Well, it's good to be back. It really is. And congratulations to Coach Stevenson and his staff, Coach McMahon, and they're doing everything they can to hold this thing together. And tonight they really did put on a show. They really did.
No doubt. Fans, join us next Friday. We'll be back from Andrews High School right here. Have a great weekend from your friends on the Maroon Devils Network.